Hey everybody, my name is Jesse Collins, and I am the host of the Gentleman's Wrestling Podcast, a show right here on the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. On the Gentleman's Wrestling Podcast, we take a deep look at individual issues and stories that are going on in the wrestling world. Each episode is about a different topic, and we take a thorough and educated look at things ranging from current booking trends to breakdowns on individual performers and angles to investigations into different fan cultures across the industry. In addition, we keep a close eye on the wrestling media, and as a professional journalist, I bring a unique perspective to how current issues in wrestling are being covered and discussed through the wrestling media. We have a revolving series of guests from across wrestling punditry joining us on each episode, and we hope that you make the choice to give us a listen on wherever you get your podcast from.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
What do you guys want to talk about?
You are listening to the Flagship Podcast with your hosts, Joe Lanza.
What has being annoying stopped you ever?
That's an excellent point. Right. An excellent point. That's part of the charm.
Rich Crage.
Corey Graves screaming, perfectly legal, Cole. You can do anything you want in Tribal Combat. It's perfectly legal. While Paul Heyman is just yelling, Tribal Combat, Tribal Combat, Tribal Combat, Tribal Combat, Tribal Combat. I'm like, God damn it. Fuck all of you. Fuck this.
And we are live on the Flagship Podcast. I am Rich. He is Joe. Joe, what's happening? How are you?
This better be good. You're pulling me away from ROH on Honor Club.
What's on tonight? What's the hot? Billy Starks will shiver in fear of Athena. And what's up? What else is on? I know that'll be on Honor Club. What else is on ROH on Honor Club? What episode are we at here? Aired June 4th. Oh, I got it. You ready? Here's what you're missing.
I believe there's 7 pure matches on tonight's show.
You're actually, believe it or not, you're not that far off. You are getting tonight on Ring of Honor. You are getting no spoilers. I'll keep spoiler free here. Although, did it air already? No, it's airing now, right? Remember that first week that Ring of Honor was on Honor Club? We lost a lot of viewers. And then the next week, it was just like
got
totally
them all back.
We got them all back. I remember that first time. I'm like, oh man, a lot of people watching Ring of Honor. And then it ended, and then we had a huge spike of people coming back, and I'm like, wow, yeah, Ring of Honor Club really got a lot of people to watch. And that never happened ever again. It was the first week, and then never again did that spike ever. It's always just now been every single person that was. But anyway, the Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. They'll be facing the team of Alec Price and Jordan Oliver. Queen Aminata versus Lacey Lane. A ROH Women's Pure Proving Ground match. Deonna Purrazzo versus Isla Dawn. Oh, God. ROH Pure title Proving Ground match. Lee Moriarty versus Mance Warner. So old Mancer in a Pure Rules match. See if we can prove. And then a ROH Women's World title Proving Ground match. Athena versus Hyon.
Yeah, well, now you know why we don't lose many live listeners to ROH on Honor Club anymore. Yeah. Do you want to hear what was on the first show?
Yeah, it seems so long ago. Yeah, what's up?
Honor Club 1. ROH on Honor Club 1. Mark Briscoe defeats Slim J. Was your opener. We had the Kingdom over the Infantry. New Japan television title match. Zack Sabre Jr. defeats Blake Christian. We had Christopher Daniels over Rohit Raju, accompanied by Jora Joel. Do they still have that guy on the like? That was the most anonymous guy under
Rohit
contract.
Raju or the other guy?
No, the Jora Joel guy. He was.
Oh yeah. I don't. Fuck, there's no way, right?
He was in the Hardy family office, remember? And people were always like,
yes.
he would do like run-ins, and people would be like, "Who's that guy?
Yeah,
Who is he?"
Oh, I don't know. Let me see. There's no way, right?
He got to be gone by now. Yeah, you would think, but he stuck around for a long time. Konosuke Takeshita over Josh Woods. Bishop Khan, Toa Leona, and Brian Cage with Prince Nana defeat Joe Keys, LSG, and Rex Lawless in a squash. They were the 6-man champions at the time. That was non-title. Ari Daivari versus Metalik. Madison Rain and Sky Blue against the Renegades. Willow Nightingale versus Lady Frost. And then your main event was Claudio Castagnoli defending the ROH World title against AR Fox.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
Significantly better show.
I think that's better.
Significantly better show.
All right, I'm looking. I don't know. It doesn't say whether he's on or off. But yeah, I remember the guy now. He was just this big monster of a man, right? He was a big, strong boy.
I don't think he was a big monster.
Oh yeah, no, he was a big, strong guy, if I remember.
Well, he hasn't worked anything related since AEW Dark in January of 2023.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, March 2023, he worked Dark, and that's it as far as AEW and ROH. He's got to be gone by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a little. I guess after the Hardy thing broke up, he teamed with Rohit Raju for a while, and then that was both of them were told to hit the bricks at some point. So,
yeah, that show that I would maybe miss a podcast I like to check out that show. That's not a bad show, but
it was also the debut. People wanted to see what it would look like.
Yeah. And just it
never caught on.
No,
never caught on.
But hey, you can go watch some proving ground matches. So see who.
I liked it in the studio when they went in the studio for a little while. At least that was something different.
The most recent studio I didn't like. I think they shot the most recent studio pretty terrible. There was the first
time they went in the studio.
Yeah, okay, that one was pretty solid. Yeah,
when he was all Tony was all excited about that. I actually remember him saying to me that, "Oh yeah, I got something big planned for ROH. It's gonna make it much better." And they went into the studio. That didn't lasted a few tapings. Then they just went back to taping shit like before Dynamite.
Oh, dude, and you haven't gone to a live Dynamite or whatever. There is nothing that is more death than the Ring of Honor tapings on a Dynamite or whatever. I mean, I used to go to those every year. I'd go to the Dynamites on Thanksgiving Eve or whatever, and they were usually pretty good shows. I usually had a really good time. So you'd get there. If you got there early, there was Ring of Honor being taped beforehand, which was in some ways a little worse because it's like nobody is ready to sit down. Everyone's kind of mingling. There's like 100 people maybe sitting down and watching. Nobody is paying attention. It's just absolutely brutal. And then, so you do your whole, and those Thanksgiving Eve shows, I think they would do a whole Dynamite, a whole Collision, and then one time they were doing a Ring of Honor after that. And it was me, JD of the JD and Mike show, my friend, and like 7 other people were sitting there watching Ring. And then I was just like, I have to leave. Thanksgiving's tomorrow. It's 12:30. Go home, Rich. What are you doing here? You don't have to be a completist. You can go home. You don't have to watch this Ring of Honor. It's just absolutely terrible to watch. So that wasn't going to work either. Taping it before, after, and I'm sure that experience is the same on most times when you go to a Dynamite and it's like, all right, hang around, folks. Like having poor Justin Roberts had to be like, or Bobby Cruz would get in and be like, all right, folks, that was a fantastic episode of AEW Dynamite. Don't leave your seats. We're going to be taping Ring of Honor. And it's just like everybody stands up and leaves.
Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah,
because it's like 10:40 and they're like, nah, we're gonna be leaving.
Shows. I mean, when you watch the matches, it's the lights down, nobody there. It's a rough go. It's a rough go. They just haven't ever been able to solve that for ROH. I don't know. I guess run in the studio. Maybe he figured, you know what, this is not cost effective. We're not getting subscriptions. It's costing a lot of money to do this.
Right.
Because whether the dumbest people alive believe it or not, he runs these things like a business. He's not just lighting money on fire, So does he have the money to light on fire to run a studio version of ROH that tapes once a month? Of course he does. We all know that he does, but he's attempting to run these things like an actual business. And, after a few months of that, I guess they looked at the subscriptions and realized it was running in the red. And we're like, you know what? It's just way more cost effective to bring some people to TV and just do everything in one night.
Right. The worst we have to do is change the ring ropes and change the frickin' mats.
Right.
And if half the people in the arena leave, who cares? We have the arena anyway, and we'll just dim the lights, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And, but that's, like you have always said all along, though, that's not something you could sell to television stations.
No.
You can't sell that to television stations. You have to. And I think because didn't they have a later attempt to put it in a studio like more recently?
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Like 2 or 3 months ago or so, they did another studio event. It didn't look very good though. It was a pretty rough looking studio event, and that didn't work out either.
Those might be the tip-offs that he's like in talks with someone whenever he tapes it in his studio, because that's something that you can present and say, "Hey, look, this is I have a proven track record of drawing an audience on television for 6 years now. This is kind of a second promotion that I have that has separate books from this other thing, and contractually, here's what we can do." And maybe that's what he's presenting when he might, be in talks with someone, because he cannot possibly be presenting, 400 people in Huntsville, Alabama after Dynamite is over with the lights turned off and no heat and all of that. It just looks terrible.
Yeah, and 5 boring proving ground, pure proving ground matches, whatever the hell. Yeah, probably not working very well for Ring of Honor, but there you go. So people are saying that they taped a studio in Jacksonville 2 weeks ago. I don't know if that's true or not, but
every now and then they do a studio taping. It's
and it'll be a bulk taping. They'll do like 40, 45 matches, and that'll be good for now 2 months of Ring of Honor television is in the books.
Yeah, I mean, how much could it cost? I mean, if it were me and I'm spending someone else's money here, I think that I would just always tape that thing in a studio, even if you have to do 3 months of TV at a time. And what does it matter? Like, does it really matter if you tape that far? Just do the old WCW Worldwide where they're airing matches from 3 months. Or what's the difference? It's ROH. It's a very niche audience that's watching that anyway. But it's going to look better. And if you do come across a scenario where, you're trying to get this thing on the air somewhere, you got some decent looking tape to show them. I mean,
right. At least you can control the atmosphere a little bit better, make it look a little bit better. Jordan Smith in the chat says, Collision is for the sickos and ROH is for the diseased. But
yeah, I like that.
But you know what? I think I do think like a sicko, like 6 hour studio taping might be the recipe there. Is like book out like whatever the fuck your pay-per-view is going to be. I mean, God willing, you got to hope everyone's healthy, but that's the fun of it. That's the fun of studio wrestling. I just want as much of a throwback to, early 90s WCW. I would say, at some point, sit down, figure out what your freaking Death Before Dishonor show is going to be, and then just tape like a 5-hour marathon in a goddamn studio, and then just do everything. Do the whole thing. Do everything. Wipe your hands of it, and then you don't have to think about Ring of Honor again until 3 months from now. That exactly. Seems a little easier to do then.
Tony's never going to say that he's not the booker of everything, because and that's not, I don't think that's due to ego. I think that's due to he wants to fall on the sword all the time. He doesn't want people blaming other people. So I don't know who's really, it could be him. He could be sitting there on his fucking private jet in the air booking ROH TV shows. I don't know, but he shouldn't be. He should have someone cutting their teeth with booking pro wrestling, handling ROH. And for all I know, there is someone doing that. They're never going to tell us. If you ever ask him who's booking any of this, he always says it's him, because he obviously is the final word. He is Vince McMahon in this scenario, regardless. Although he has said that he has a firmer handle on everything in AEW these days, and most of the stuff is coming from him.
It shows too, by the way.
But as far as ROH, oh yeah, definitely. But as far as ROH, I mean, that should be someone who you're grooming. It really should. And he shouldn't be concerning himself with it. He should have big picture, what he wants at the pay-per-view, and he should have someone who he's grooming, working backwards to get to what he wants on the pay-per-views and giving someone experience. And like I said, for all I know, that is happening. But I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't. Would you be shocked if it's him handling all of that too? And
I would be shocked.
Booking,
it's just,
like
4
pure matches on this week's, that's crazy. But I don't know.
We are also missing TNA on AMC. We were told that Santino Marella and Indy Hartwell versus Channing Stax Lorenzo and Ariana Grace is hitting the ring right now. So,
if you were ever wondering why I stopped reviewing that show, then there's a really good answer for you right there.
It's Santino Marella and Indy Hartwell versus Channing Stax Lorenzo, and Ariana Grace is hitting the ring is a great example. Yeah, also on this night's episode of TNA Impact, the Hardys versus the Righteous in a Wicked Garden match.
Sounds like a stupid match.
Yep, a Hardys style. This is what SEScoops.com says about the Wicked Garden.
Don't let Matt Hardy hear that.
Yeah, the Hardys style broken universe environment match. Oh yeah, can't wait.
Oh great, we're going back to that well. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that diminishing returns well.
That's the last thing they've done that's been any good.
Years ago.
Li Ying Lee versus Mr. Elegance. How many intergender matches?
What are we doing? Who wants this?
Eddie Edwards versus BDE, and Eric Young addresses the TNA audience. That
sounds brutal.
Terrible show. Two intergender matches, a Wicked Garden match. Eric Young addresses the universe, and Eddie Edwards versus BDE. Eddie Edwards versus a YouTube guy. Great.
Where can you find me, legitimately 100 wrestling fans who are excited tonight about Li Ying Lee against Mr. Elegance?
Mr. Elegance versus Yi Ling Yi. Yeah, I don't know.
From the creative mind of Tom Dream, the same man who news broke today that he thought that Tangaloa was the next Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's from the creative mind of that guy. We get Mr. Elegance versus Li Ying Lee. I mean, TNA is a fucking dumpster fire. It really is. I mean, it's such shit. Why can't it just be average? And if people want a complete breakdown of what's going on in TNA today, Tuesday Flagship.
Yep.
$10 tier. We open up the show with a half hour of TNA talk and breaking down what we see as the weaknesses as far as what's going on.
And there
in
are
TNA.
several. And spoiler, there are several.
Yeah. So good plug-a-roo for the Tuesday Flagship.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll finish it out. We'll talk all about that Tuesday Flagship here. We did a Tuesday Flagship. So if you're listening to this, the topics I'm going to talk about are not going to be covered on this Flagship episode. No, those were all covered on the subscriber exclusive Flagship available for you right now at flagshippatreon.com. So the shows, what we talked about in that one was, of course, slow moving ticket sales for Slammiversary, as you said, and the state of TNA, what's wrong with TNA, what they can do to fix it. We do a roster breakdown. We literally go through, every single name on the roster and who we would keep and who would, who's viable and who's a real, someone we would push and someone we would not. And again, it's the list of people we would not push is pretty long, and the people we would push is pretty small. But I think it's a good discussion that we had. I also had a very lengthy discussion, about an hour or so, talking about the 2026 greatest wrestler ever vote, a little bit about, a little bit of the methodology of the greatest wrestler ever, the history of the project, and a little bit about how changes, good and bad, occurred in this 2026 vote. So I thought that was a really, really great segment as well. Then we reviewed Collision from Saturday, as well as the special 2-hour premiere of MLW Fusion. So if you want a recap and review of the special 2-hour premiere of MLW Fusion, that will not be on this episode of the Flagship. No. It'll be on the subscriber exclusive Flagship, available right now at flagshippatreon.com on the $10 tier for that subscriber exclusive Flagship. So yeah, that was a fun show. I think I enjoyed doing that show a lot. Some big picture topics, and then obviously covering some show reviews as well. So that again, available $10 tier, flagshippatreon.com. On this show, though, we are going to talk about the AAA show from Saturday, including the big mask versus mask main event, El Grande Americano versus the original El Grande Americano, getting a lot of buzz and a lot of hype. We will talk about that. We'll discuss WWE's next steps in Mexico. They are getting aggressive. We always wondered, why are they not being very aggressive in Mexico? Well, they have now changed that, and they are being very aggressive in Mexico, and we'll talk about what's coming up for WWE in Mexico. We'll review WWE Clash in Italy, the most recent ESPN WWE Premium Live event, WWE Clash in Italy. We'll talk about Shun Skywalker departing Dragongate, and a very brief, and I put here, and I do mean brief, check-in on the New Japan Best of the Super Juniors, because I see what the semifinals are, and that's why I added the Abe Simpson gif in the topics and run sheet at flagshippatreon.com, because I am not interested in whatever the hell is happening in New Japan's Best of the Super Juniors. But we'll get to that a little bit later. I want to start this show off, at least, with a little discussion about the 30 for 30, the Voice of Wrestling 30 under 30 project that we've done now for a couple of years, spearheaded by Griffin Peltier, who is in the chat room right now. And Griffin, thank you so much for doing the 30 under 30. It's all his doing. He makes the graphics, he gets the voters, he does everything that he could possibly do. We just simply host it at voicesofwrestling.com, but he does all the heavy lifting with it. But yeah, it's a project we've done since I think 2023. A panel of voters votes for the best wrestlers under 30 years old, and we did it yet again this year. Number one, Saya Kamatani from Stardom was the number one wrestler that we named 30 under 30. Kyle Fletcher was number two. I think this is the second or third year that Kyle Fletcher's been number two. Callum Newman was number three. Yuma Anzai was number four. I'm just going to do the top 10, and we'll kind of have discussions here after that. Kevin Knight was number five. Mascara Dorado was number six. Miyu Watanabe from Tokyo Joshi Pro was number seven. Starlight Kid from Stardom was number eight. Azumi from Stardom was number nine. And then Jackie Kamei from Dragongate rounded out your top 10. As far as WWE on that top 10, there is none. And that's okay, and that's fine. And you know what? Honestly, this year, I know last year we got like a lot of feedback from WWE loons getting all mad about it. They've just given up this year. They don't really care, which is fine.
No, I saw some Twitter replies, which, just a couple scant Twitter replies. Yeah, there's some stuff that that's obviously always the main complaint. I mean, last year I thought WWE got screwed in this thing, but I will say that this year I saw people complaining about Rhea Ripley. What has Rhea Ripley done in the last year? She's done nothing, and so I can't sit here and scream and yell about Rhea Ripley. Do I think Braun Breaker gets a raw deal every time in this thing? Yeah, but he was hurt for a long time, and he didn't do a ton. Do I think Braun Breaker is a better wrestler than Yuto Ice? I mean, I don't even think it's close. Like, Braun Breaker is 1,000 times the wrestler Yuto Ice is, and he's going to be 1,000 times the star. But it's like, I get it, though, because what did Braun do in the last year? Then what did Yuto Ice do? Yuto Ice is often having the best match on major New Japan cards, and that's a hot tag team, and he's a new star and all of those things. So, it's not exactly the criteria, but if you're a voter in this thing, you're probably looking at Yuto Ice in the last year, and you're more impressed with him than you are Braun Breaker in the last year.
Yeah.
Or Rhea Ripley, who has done nothing. Even though you'd be a fool to bet on Yuto Ice's future versus Braun Breaker's future. I mean, you'd lose everything you had if you bet on that. But I think that it's hard to find. I do think some AEW names should probably there's plenty of American names I think should have probably been a little bit higher. I think Nick Wayne gets screwed in this thing every year, but again, he was injured.
He was injured a lot of the year, yeah.
So you could even find reasons why some of these people didn't get the support, like Daniel Garcia de-pushed and wasn't put in a position to have a lot of great matches. So again, that's going to affect how people vote for somebody like him. So, and then, Kyle Fletcher did finish number two, and Kevin Knight did finish very high. Like you said, I think he was fifth if I'm not mistaken.
Kevin Knight was fifth, yes.
Yeah, so, and look, Fletcher was out for like a month with injury, but he had a huge year before that. And Kevin Knight's obviously a massive rising star in the industry, so it's not as if the voters completely ignored American wrestling, because you did have those two names in the top net. Top
yeah, Leon Slater was 18th as well for another American name.
That sounds about fair. Yeah. But yeah, WWE. Now I'll say the same thing I say all the time when it comes to the 30 under 30, when it comes to the FSM 50 that we do every year. Not everything has to be for WWE fans. That's the thing. I mean, WWE, believe me, Rhea Ripley is going to get plenty of flowers and always gets plenty of flowers. And if Rhea Ripley isn't going to get sort of automatic support in something like this, which is more of a panel of people who watch everything in the world, quite literally. Just look at the list and look at the honorable mentions.
The honorable mentions,
you'll see that.
Real. I'm trying to get the full number from Griffin. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm trying to do so. It was an ungodly amount of people got at least one vote. And the honorable mentions list is endless.
And it's going to be predominantly based on in-ring work and those sorts of things. Then Rhea Ripley didn't deserve to finish high, no matter, how much these gooners think that she did. It just isn't the case, And I think it's okay to have, I don't want to use the word niche, but I think it's okay to have more boutique lists like that. That's the word I usually use, to have like a boutique list of people who are really watching everything, and they're stripping it down from simply star power and who's a big star and who has the most exposure. None of those things matter to this voting panel. And, well, I can't say they don't matter at all, but they matter a lot less to this voter panel. They're going to judge these people within the context of the promotions that they work in more than they're going to judge them and say, well, this Joshi wrestler, how can I possibly put her over Rhea Ripley, who's this massive star and one of the biggest stars in WWE, period? Well, the reason you're going to do that is because she had a better year in the ring. And within the context of her promotion, was a better worker and all of those things. And I think it's important that lists like this exist, that lists like the FSM 50 exist, that our Match of the Year poll exists, because quite honestly, if we're not going to do shit like this, Rich, who's doing it now?
It's over. Yeah, no one else is.
No one else is doing it. And then these wrestlers are not going to get recognized. Now, I will say, if I could have a little fun with you and Griff, and I had the same complaint last year, the honorable mentions. I mean, geez, I think I'm still scrolling through it. Okay?
162 wrestlers receive votes.
Guys, you don't have to do that. Just listen, here's... For full disclosure, for everybody listening, I have nothing to do with this project. I didn't even know it was coming out. Okay, they don't clue me in. I'm not asked to participate. I don't feel like I should participate anyway because I'm not watching enough. I don't think I'm watching enough, which should tell you how much these people are watching. Okay, that should tell you right there because I'm not watching enough to where I think I could fairly participate. I'm not invited. I have nothing to do with it. I didn't know it was coming out, but I'm going to give you the same piece of advice I gave you last year as someone who's just a consumer of the project. I don't need every single person who got a vote to get an honorable mention, fucking blurb and picture. It's ridiculous. No one's reading all that shit. Here's what you need to do. Do your top 30, and this is unsolicited advice, by the way. Do your top 30, give those people all the attention in the world, and pick 5 to 10 honorable mentions. You don't have to go by who got the most points, or you could do it that way. That'd be a fair way to do it. But just pick 5 to 10 interesting honorable mentions to focus on, and then just list out everyone who got a vote. It's that honorable mention post every year, Rich. It's a rough read. It is how many
Griffin does all the work on that one. Yeah, I gotta give him credit I do appreciate that. It's long. I get it. It's long, but I do think there's a certain value in these wrestlers that are never going to get publicity on any other website ever. To get their little graphic and get their little name up there.
List them that they got votes. Listen, if I don't know, if Andrew Cass wants a write-up, do better next year and you'll get a write-up. How about that? How's that? I mean, just throwing that out there. Like, it's a lot. Like, how many Joshi that we're never going to hear from again in 5 years, and how many Japanese indie wrestlers do I have to scroll through before I find somebody that's interesting? It's just a lot. I'm just saying from a consumer standpoint, it's ridiculous. Pick 5 to 10 guys. Anyway, I'm going to complain about the same thing next year when Griff is looking up pictures and putting up profiles.
I just feel bad for him because he's like, I got to find these pictures of all these people. And I do feel bad for him that he's got to do that.
Listen, we'll live if Elijah Blum doesn't have a full profile. We'll live. Okay? We'll make it. We'll all be okay if Honori Hana doesn't have herself a little profile from a little seedling promotion over there. We'll survive. We'll be all right. So look at Jackson Drake looking very sexy with the pose there.
Let me see Jackson Drake.
I'm sure he will be a high riser in the coming years. Jackson Drake. We got Jameson Shook getting some votes here. All kinds of people. So
let's see how sexy.
That's very.
Oh, Jackson. Oh, wow. Yeah, a lot of pits out there for Jackson Drake. Yeah.
I'm surprised we're not seeing more complaints about Javon Evans not making the top.
Yeah, it's interesting this year. Like I said, it feels like the WWE fans just didn't even bother, And that's honestly, that's fine. That's okay with me. You know where this thing
broke for them.
It's not for them. And I'm glad they finally have just stopped caring.
Go away.
Yeah, they had. I don't think it got posted on Reddit, which thank God, because anytime anything of ours gets posted on Reddit, I go to Reddit and I say, "Hey, could you please delete this immediately?" Because I don't want these people to, and they don't click either. That's the other thing too. I always notice this whenever we have a post on Reddit and there'll be 300 comments like, Voices of Wrestling. Oh, yeah, all right. I'm going to read that. These guys don't know anything. Oh, and then they react like, I can't believe that guy was this and that guy was. Then I look at the traffic and it's getting no extra traffic. Like, no traffic.
We know where the hits are coming from. We can look at that.
Right. And nothing is coming
from
Reddit,
where
ever.
The links are coming from.
Right. Yeah. So it gets posted there and then people just react and then, for no reason. But where it did break containment was in Japan this year. Like a Japanese sports website posted about Saya Kamitani finishing number 1. I think it was like Nikon Sports or something like that. Yeah. And your folks at 01, did you see that?
I did.
The 01 universe blowing up. It's on the it got posted to the Base Neo app too.
No shit.
Yeah, go to the Base Neo. It's there because
check that out.
Because Megumi Kudo, she found out about it, and then Junya Matsunaga found out about it.
Right.
And then they posted it on the Base Neo app too. So it's hot in Z1. So yeah, this is your time to get in those DMs.
Well, I have nothing to say to them.
Well, I
just like watching the matches. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Where's I don't know. It's a hard app to navigate with, but I'll take your word for it.
It's there.
Yeah,
I
I'll
promise.
take your word for it. Yeah.
You and Mox are reading the article on Base Neo to find out. You know?
yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah.
But a lot of discussion. Like it got big in like Yahoo Japan picked it up because this Nikon Sports picked it up, and the comments were very good. It was like very interesting to watch the difference of Japanese wrestling fans compared to American wrestling fans, and the way like because American wrestling fans, the reaction would be like, Javon Evans, honorable mention, LOL, y'all cooked. Like cry emoji, cry emoji, cry emoji, cry emoji. Like, Voices of Wrestling, more like Voices of Virgins of Wrestling. Fuck you, Rhea Ripley is top 30.
Fossils of Wrestling.
Yeah, right. Whereas like all these Japanese, and obviously it's going through like a translate app or whatever, so maybe it's not perfect, but there's one guy that was in the Yahoo comments, I want to say. If John Carroll's listening, John will be able to let us know. But there was a guy who was very upset Callum Newman was so high because he doesn't like how much times he touches crotches.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like very upset about the amount of crotch touching that Callum Newman does, which I assume was like low blows or, below the belt or whatever, but it just kept saying he touches the crotch too much or whatever. So I found that kind of funny. So Callum, chill out on the crotch touching. And then otherwise it was just like, I understand why this person is not voted here, and I do hope that next year the stars of New Japan Pro Wrestling will do better and they will be on this top 30. It was very respectful. A lot of the, the people that would say, like, I was a bit surprised that, like, this man did not make the top 30, but they'll have to do better next year or whatever. So I appreciate that over Javon not on the list, LOL. Laughing my ass off. Cry emoji, cry emoji, cry emoji, cry emoji. Y'all tripping.
Meanwhile, they haven't watched any of these people wrestle.
No.
They haven't watched any of these people
wrestle. They have no idea who any of these
so,
humans are. Yeah.
Yeah, but he must be ranked above them.
Right.
Even though they have never seen the men or the women wrestle in this case. So, yeah. No, you're right. Because it didn't get to Reddit, at least to my knowledge, it didn't get to Reddit. There was less of that feedback. I kind of enjoy the nasty feedback now. I don't know. I kind of get off on it in a weird way. When I see
you? I'm surprised you get off on nasty feedback from people that hate you. Yeah, it's surprising.
Well, they can't blame me for this one. I had nothing to do with it. But it's if we're not doing stuff like this, no one
absolutely
is. What other site did it? It would be just Rhea Ripley by default would be number one, just because she's Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, Dom Mysterio, Obafemi, Javon Evans.
Not taking into consideration what they've actually done. Now, do I think some of those people were a little low? I do, but I don't think it. Like last year, I was kind of annoyed. I thought, all right, this is just silly. But this year, it's hard to make an argument because there is a lot of inactivity and just lack of great matches from a lot of those people. Obafemi probably should have been higher. I mean, But
is he under 30 though? I guess would be.
That's a good point. Maybe he should have been disqualified. Actually, that's an excellent point, Rich Chris.
Yeah. Well, he got honorable mention regardless. But there you go. That is up at voicesofwrestling.com, by the way, if you want to go check that out. The Voice of Wrestling at 30 under 30. You can check out those honorable mentions, even though Joe was angry about it. But then the 30 through 16 was one post. And then 1 through 15 was one post. There's some blurbs about them and a little bit of their accomplishments and their ages and all that sort of stuff. So, good work by Griffin, as always, on that. And a real cool panel that we had as well. A bunch of new people that joined in and voted this year. And that was a really cool list. Really, really cool list, and a good list, and one that I'm definitely proud of, like you said, that we are doing these things like Match of the Year and FSM 50 and 30 under 30 because, this is a rarity because no other sites really do anything like this anymore. We talked about Greatest Wrestler Ever, obviously, on the Tuesday flagship, and that's a fun project, but that kind of, we talked about some of the errors and maybe the way that voting went this year and some things that they can maybe do to fix it in the future, whatever. But we're like the last of a dying breed. Those kind of polls and those sort of things are just, they're really, it's just almost non-existent these days. So it's cool to still.
Where's my boy Aran Sano? Because I can tell you there are not 30 wrestlers under 30 better than him.
I believe he is an honorable mention, but let me
that's a joke.
Sure.
That's a joke. I mean, there are not 30 wrestlers under 30 better than Aran Sano. There just aren't. I refuse to accept that.
He was an honorable mention. I apologize.
Well, I'm gonna go on Reddit and post LMAOOOOOOOO because you didn't put him in the top 30. That's what I'm gonna do. So there are two indications of a low IQ adult: the crying face laughing emoji and the sideways crying face laughing emoji. Yeah. And anyone who types LMAOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO that's a low IQ human if they're doing either of those things in any kind of discussion that's meant to be even taken 10% seriously.
So there you go. That is Voice of Wrestling 30 under 30. All right, where do you want to go here on this show? We have plenty of different things. You want to go AAA? You want to go Clash in Italy? We got a lot of different directions to go.
I think people want to hear us talk about the AAA. We're the very last people to talk about the AAA. And, I used to get antsy about stuff like that, but I don't anymore. I think that I'm a little more secure in the fact that we have our listeners who are going to wait for our take on things. So there's no need to rush out the takes. But this has been talked about and discussed. Sometimes it's good to go last. Do you know what I mean by that? Sometimes it's good to be the final word on a hot topic in pro wrestling. And I think that undoubtedly this El Grande Americano versus the original El Grande Americano match it was the hot topic in pro wrestling this week. And a deserving lead topic here would have been the lead topic Tuesday if we weren't splitting up the topics, was the lead topic the next day for any podcast that goes daily or happened to be on a schedule where they were going the next day. So I've had a lot of time to think about what I think about this match and formulate my takes. And do you want me to go first? I mean,
go first. Go first.
All right. So I think that first of all, if you're considering this match part of the greater WWE universe, so to speak, it's probably one of the better WWE matches that have been held under that umbrella in many years. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to think about whether I think it's the best. It'd definitely be up there. I thought from a presentation standpoint, my God, did they fucking nail it. They made it feel enormous, and they made it feel enormous even by WWE standards. I thought that this match had WrestleMania level presentation, and it's even maybe even bigger than a lot of big WrestleMania matches with the way that the entrances, and they just made it feel huge, in a way that WWE even rarely attains, which they never attain outside of a WrestleMania, and this would have fit right in this presentation on a WrestleMania.
And failed to do this year's WrestleMania too, which was a complaint of a lot of people that it felt very just paint by numbers. This Mania didn't feel like anything, felt like it had gravity or anything.
Absolutely felt huge. And I thought, as far as the match went, obviously, and we knew this was going to be the case, incredible off the charts heat. This was the most over feud in wrestling coming in. I think that Every single fucking time. I think that Ludwig Kaiser, I didn't call him Axel Dieter.
You call him Axel Dieter this time, at least, yeah.
I would go Axel Dieter. No, Marcel Bartel. No, Ludwig. What the fuck's his name?
The
Ludwig.
last one on your tongue every single time is his current name.
Yeah, I think that Ludwig Kaiser was the most over babyface in the business during the build up to this, and obviously that bore itself out during the match. So the incredible, overwhelming amount of heat that this had certainly helped the match. But it was a very good match. I don't think it was a great match. I think that the heat absolutely helped. It was, this is not something that I would probably put in my top 10 for the year. I can understand if some people would. I still think it was one of the better WWE matches, if you're going to consider it a WWE match, maybe over the last 2 or 3 years. But there were definitely some negatives to me. I think that it very much felt like WWE trying to do a Lucha Libre mask versus mask match, and in some ways it felt like a parody of a mask versus mask match. That's probably an unpopular opinion, but that's what it felt like to me. It didn't feel authentic, and a lot of people are saying, whoa, it was so authentic.
No,
I don't know, I disagree.
It really wasn't. Yeah, I have a huge thing that bothered me about it later in the match that we'll talk about.
Yeah, I feel like I felt like this was WWE trying their best to replicate an authentic Lucha Libre mask versus mask match. And I thought that a lot of that inauthenticity
nailed it.
Shine through. I thought it shined through at times. I didn't think it was like some spectacularly worked match. These are two very good workers, and I thought they did a very good job. But it was also both of them a little bit out of their element with the brawling and trying to bleed. I know Kaiser was struggling with bleeding himself at one point. Way too many diversions with the celebrities at ringside, the Pimpinella run-in, which is part of the story. I understand that. The Pimpinella reveal, that would have been a great spot on its own. The problem is, do we have to get every celebrity at ringside involved in a spot? Do we really need that? I don't need that.
No.
But again, that's the WWE-ification of this kind of match, and they insist on doing it that way. I think that this is the kind of match where if you listen to it with the sound off, you don't think it's nearly as good as when you listen to it with the sound on. Don't scream at your devices, because I acknowledge that the heat is part of it and that counts. I'm not saying that doesn't count. But what I'm saying is, as far as the Raw work, I don't know. This wasn't some spectacularly worked match between the two guys, and they're both very good, and they were very good here. But that's what's stopping me from taking this match from, wow, this was an awesome match, to I think this is one of the best matches I've seen this year, to this is one of the best matches I've seen all time. And there's a lot of people who think this is one of the best matches they've seen ever. And I don't think I wouldn't even think about this match. If I was thinking about the greatest matches I've seen ever, and quite honestly, I don't think it would crack my list of top 10 for the year. I mean, we're only in June. Would it be on my short list if I had to make a list right now? Yeah, probably. By the end of the year, though, I'm sure it won't be one of my 10 best. I thought it was a very good match. If I had to star rate it, I'd probably go 4.25. I'd go about 4.25 on this, because you cannot deny the heat. You cannot deny how hot the feud was, but there were a lot of things about it that bugged me. And when it was over, and after Gable unmasked and he tried to do this emotional Lucha Libre speech, it all came across like bullshit to me. It came across like WWE imitating a classic Lucha Libre mask versus mask match, as opposed to something that just came across organic and natural. And the other one last thing I'll say, and now I'm going to hand the baton to you. I got one more point, is I couldn't even, and this is going to sound stupid because it did have so much heat and the feud was so hot, but I cannot fucking help thinking about how much more I would have loved this if Ludwig Kaiser was a Mexican Lucha Libre wrestler going against Chad Gable, who was pretending all of this time to be a Mexican and disrespecting Lucha. My God, I would have liked it so much more if it was an authentic Lucha wrestler defending the honor of Lucha Libre against Chad Gable, instead of, you know what it is? And I'll wrap it up with this. It's that WWE thing that I always complain about. This is heat with a smile. It's heat with a smile. I don't get the sense that these people truly hate Chad Gable and want him dead. This is heat with a smile. This is people going crazy and they're into it. But this isn't climbing over the rails heat. You know, and that to me, I could point to a dozen mask versus mask match historically where there was real emotion, not emotion with a smile. And you know, a lot of the reviews I've seen kind of justify what I'm saying. Oh, this was fun. This was so much fun. This was what wrestling's all about. It's silly and it's fun. And you know what though? There's a limit to how far I can go with a match like that though. Because the truly great matches of this ilk historically, people weren't coming out of it saying, oh, this was such silly fun. This is the essence of sports entertainment. No, they were blood feuds where somebody wanted to kill the other guy and the hero goes over in the end and fans wanted to climb the rail and attack it. And that's not what this was. So those are the limits for me. Anyway, Rich Craig.
Yeah, so let's. I got a couple things. I'll start with the end, and that is where I think I really divert from a lot of people that thought that the Gable thing at the end when he unmasked was like genuine emotion and like really heartfelt or whatever. I didn't think so, because here's the thing that they fucked up, and this is an easy win that I can't believe they fucked up. Chad Gable should not be on the microphone declaring, I am Chad Gable. I was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I am the original El Grande Americano. That is, again, missing the essence of what makes mask versus mask matches really great, and truly the best mask versus mask matches. We cover almost every major one that happens these days. Yeah. You know, if it's in a CMLL or whatever, the big anniversary show or anything like that, or, you know, the big time ones, we'll cover it on the show, because I truly find them to be very emotional matches. I don't find them fun. I find them emotional. I think that's a huge difference. What's so emotional about a mask versus mask match is when it's over, the one who loses kind of has to decide what their emotion's going to be. Are they going to be humiliated? Are they going to be humbled? Are they going to be sad? Are they going to be mad? Are they going to be hopeful for the rest of their career? Are they going to be scared for the rest of their career? And a lot of that comes through in them having to sit there in their feelings, take that mask off, and have the ring announcer say, this is Chad Gable. He is born in, you know, that the essence of the ring announcer announcing it, and the guy just having to sit there and for the first time ever have this crowd gaze upon their face. That is super emotional, and that always gets me. And like the family comes in and they hug their family, and it's like, all right, this is yada yada yada. He's 45. He's from Monterey. Like that, I love that, because it humanizes these cartoon characters immediately, and that is one of the great things about a mask versus mask match, is that the guy, he takes the mask off and he's bloody and he's beaten and he's just destroyed, and he's, you know, like I said, either humiliated or sad or mad or whatever that emotion is going to be. You could see it on their face, because it's the first time we're seeing these person's faces. And I think Chad Gable grabbing the microphone to cut a WWE promo saying, I'm Chad Gable, I was a Grande, and explaining the story that's going on, I was like, dude, you missed the essence. Again, as they always do, because WWE, of course, is going to miss the essence. So I really disagree with people that are like, oh, that was really emotional and that really got me. I thought that sucked. I thought they really blew the end there, and I thought they could have.
The whole thing was tongue in cheek, because we knew it was Chad Gable. We've known all along it's Chad Gable. The whole feud was tongue in cheek.
Well, because then the announcers too, like he unmasks and Corey Graves goes, "Oh, it was Chad Gable," and Rey Mysterio goes, "I knew it was Chad." And it's like, that's not what we're really. A great mask versus mask match does not have that like Scooby-Doo. Oh, who knew? Right. It was him all along, and it was Scooby-Doo bullshit at the end of this. So that didn't. I didn't like that. I thought they could have done that a little bit better and really. But again, they can't do that. They don't know how to do genuine emotion. And they got so close in this match to doing it, and I thought they really blew it at the end. They didn't do that genuine emotion of Chad Gable just having to sit there and eat it while the announcer, you know, says his name and explains his story and so. But no, he had to cut a WWE promo in English because, you know, we're trying to get a TV deal in the U.S., so we can't have.
Well, I think you said an important word there. You called it a cartoon. This was a cartoon feud all along, and I think that is going to present a ceiling in terms of how great this match can be. versus other great mask versus mask matches, because it's a cartoon feud where where it's all tongue in cheek, and we know it's Chad Gable and we know it's Ludwig Kaiser, and as I said, it's heat with a smile. You know, even though it's a lot of heat, it's heat with a smile because it's a cartoon feud. So how great can it be if you're starting from that starting point, right? So I thought that was a good word that you used.
And then one of the things that I thought it was a good match. It was.
I mean, if you don't think it was,
it was obviously a good match. The ceiling that I have on it is the ceiling I always have for these kind of matches, and we tend to be the outliers here. We thought that Cody and Roman a couple of years ago, when everybody that ever existed in the Attitude Era came out and interfered with their music playing or whatever, some people fucking love that because they love, oh, it's The Undertaker, oh, it's The Rock, oh, it's this guy, oh, it's that guy, it's just remember this guy, the ring music and entrance music, the match or whatever. And that's what that match, Cody is just sitting there selling for 45 minutes while every Attitude Era star comes out and does their little bit or whatever. But we were the outliers. A lot of people thought that was great and cinema and yada, 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 or whatever. So that's fine. I was the outlier. It's WWE, no problem. All In last year. Again, we were the outliers of that too. That this Avengers style big time main event, because that's what we've kind of decided that big time main events need to be now. That if we're concluding this big story, if it's a good story in wrestling, you tell a good story in wrestling and you conclude it, it needs to be this massive thing, and everybody that had anything to do with the story has to be involved and make their appearance and come out and do it. And that bothered me about this match because I didn't need the Creeds. I didn't need the girlfriend. I didn't need Pimpinella. And we had all of it. We got all of that. I didn't need the comedian that he did whatever too. I didn't need all that. I could have just
the girlfriend with the ticket.
Yeah. She's bought a ticket. It was it's so. And I had, again, go back and listen to my All In Texas. You and I did them separately, but I think you and I had very similar thoughts.
Similar points.
I thought that sucked. And a lot of people, we were the outliers. We lost a lot of subscribers that month and whatever. That said, oh, you guys, blah, 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 but I'm consistent.
Did we, though?
We did. We actually did lose a little, but they all came back because they always do. But
I don't know if it was them who came back.
Maybe not. But
I mean, we're above and beyond those totals now.
Yes. So either way, more people have come. But a lot of people got mad because it was like, no, it was the conclusion, and no, it's not the Cody Roman match. No, and it was like, it is, guys. It's the same thing. It's just you like this company, and there's this wrestling there's been more of this recently in wrestling, and I don't like it, and I don't vibe with it. I much prefer a match. I would have really loved this match if it was just fucking Chad Gable versus Ludwig Kaiser, and they that's it. I didn't need the Creeds. I didn't need Rayo and Bravo to come out and even the odds or whatever. I didn't need the girlfriend to show up with the ticket. I didn't need the disabled comedian YouTuber guy to hit Chad Gable with his fucking cane. I didn't need the girlfriend with the ticket. I didn't need Pimpinella with the guitar. You know what I mean? I didn't need all that.
I think if you do one of those spots, I think the Pimpinella spot, because she was so integral in the feud. But again, it was all in a cartoonish way. It was Chad Gable, you know what I mean?
But people want that, though. See, we're the outliers. You and I don't need that, but people want that. People want the Avengers. They want that bullshit all the time because they're, look, they were very popular movies for a while, and the whole thing about the Avengers was, oh my God, Iron Man's here. Oh my God, Black Panther's here. Oh my God, this guy's here. Oh my God, this guy's here. That guy. And I think those all fucking suck. And I don't want to watch those movies at all. And I hate them. But there's an entire generation of people that feels big and important to them because everybody that was involved in this story, and I get that. I truly I get how you would like that, and I understand why people do enjoy everybody that was involved in this story. They laid it all out there. They did everything that they could possibly do to wrap up this story, and that's fine. But I kind of just like wrestling, so I just would prefer that these two people go in, wrestle, one guy beats the other guy, and the other guy has to unmask and reveal himself that he was Chad Gable and he was a fake. That's enough for me. I don't need 5 different people to have 5 different stories wrapped up in this as well. Like I just don't need that.
And I think the essence of what you're saying is that for most people, all of that shit made the match better.
Exactly.
And for you, it made it worse.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm consistent. Again, people loved the All In Texas match with Moxley and Hangman. I hated it. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand that. Oh, here's Swerve. Oh, here's Darby. Oh, here's this guy. Oh, here's this guy. Oh, here's this guy. And yes, I get that you're closing the book on everybody that John Moxley wronged in the last year or whatever, but I just want to fucking watch Hangman Page versus John Moxley for the title.
The All In, see, I do think when they did it at All In, it made more sense from a story perspective than when they did it at WrestleMania. WrestleMania was just bell pops for the sake of bell pops.
Oh, well, that was the worst example of it, for sure.
Yeah. All in, at least they really were tying up loose ends and those things. And people will make that argument for WrestleMania also, because they'll say it was all the people that Roman had wronged. But the fucking Undertaker dong, they did that for a bell pop.
Right.
There's no other reason they did that. And this one too. I mean, yeah, you're right. There's this feeling with the big time match that you have to cram in every fucking part of the story and every person that was involved. And I agree with you. It was one of the things, as I laid out at the top, that made the match, that hurt the match for me instead of helping it. Mm-hmm. I'd rather just see these two guys have an emotional one-on-one where they beat each other within an inch of their lives. But, here's the other thing, Rich. Again, this was a cartoon feud, so does it even work for this kind of feud to do it that way? This might be the kind of match where you want to have all that extra bullshit because it's a cartoon feud. You know what I mean? It's like we all know who's under the masks, and it started as a joke. It got over accidentally. They didn't mean for this. Rich, Dom Mysterio, remember him?
You can't find him with a fucking search party, but I do remember him. Yeah,
because he was the hottest guy in AAA since the takeover, and this thing got over accidentally above and beyond what Dom was and took over, and they ran with it wisely. They ran with it, but it's like. This was a cartoon thing to begin. It wasn't. It's not nearly as over in America as much as it was in Mexico, and it never was at any point as over in America as it was in Mexico. And it just took off, and they ran with it, And I think it's not. I'm not even sure that the style of match that we're clamoring for would have even been right for what they did, because it was all cartoonish to begin with.
Right.
It really felt like a. See, I keep going back to. I don't want to say it was a parody of a mask versus mask match. That's not the right verbiage. It's a little off.
It's just WWE's. I'm trying to figure out the right word here.
It was WWE trying to match the energy of a classic mask versus mask match and all of the WWE tropes and ticks coming through, which disallowed them to get there. I don't know. There's not one word to roll that up. Parody isn't the right word.
Well, I think it's just not understanding what an actual mask versus mask match is. It's the concept of a mask versus mask match and done with a WWE style to it or WWE flavor to it, and not really understanding the essence of what makes them so special and what makes them so emotional and why they're so revered and so important in Mexico. I don't think they really give a shit. They don't really care enough to actually know why it's important and what it means or whatever. They just know, it's two guys with masks, and then one of them guys takes his mask off afterwards.
Yeah, I just and that's kind of why I said if the Grande Americano instead of doing, if it would have been a Mexican, if it would have been a AAA wrestler, man, I mean that would have been the kind of heat that I'm looking for. Not that heat with a smile that you often get. And which, ironically enough, we brought up Dom. Dom for years in America got heat with a smile. We used to talk about that all the time. It's fake heat. Like, it's Dom. It's time to. This is the part of the show where we boo. We don't really hate the guy, but this is the part of the show where everybody boos and doesn't let him talk. It's not all that dissimilar to that, because there is no great hatred for Chad Gable. He wasn't. There was no threat of him getting stabbed walking down to the ring or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. It was a really good match, and it had a lot of things that brought it down a notch for me, because it's not the kind of wrestling that I want to see. Mm-hmm. That's really
I thought it was good. I thought the praise that I've seen seems a little extreme, and it's one of the examples that we always talk about is that all your WWE fans and all the WWE pundits or whatever will cross their arms and talk about sports entertainment, and nobody cares about wrestling, and nobody cares about bell to bell. It's about entertainment and stories or whatever. And then anytime they get a morsel of an actual approximation of a professional wrestling match, they lose their fucking minds. They go nuts.
You give these people a sniff of actual good pro wrestling, and they can't contain
which is
shit in their own pants.
We're going to talk about it with Clash in Italy. It makes the job that Paul Levesque is doing even worse, because it's like, brother, you have the easiest audience to appease. You just have to not make it absolute garbage. The wrestlers just have to go out there and do like okay matches, and the booking has to be okay. Like, that's all you need to do, and these fans fucking eat it up. And yet they can't. They just can't do it. It's impossible. They must have bad matches, and the booking must be terrible. It's so crazy because then you see something like this, which was a good match. Again, we both think it was a good match, and you're just seeing that like anytime these fans get anything that just even remotely resembles the wrestling that happens across the world, they go nuts for it, and they love it. And they adore it, and they talk about how great it is. And it's like, yeah, you could have this all the time. You could have things like this all of the time. It exists in a lot of places and has exists historically, but you're also spending all your time telling everybody how everything else sucks and the only thing that matters is here. So you're not exploring it on your own. But it was yet another example of that. I thought it was a really good match and a really solid match, and it was just so fun to see everybody else just lose their absolute minds for it. And it's like, yeah, you guys, wrestling's pretty cool. If you watch wrestling and actually, care about wrestling, there's a lot of really good wrestling out there in the world. You just don't bother doing it.
You don't look for it. And then when it's given to you, you lose your mind and you shit your pants and you think it's the greatest thing you've ever seen. Well, a lot of this stuff is happening all the time right around you. And you're either not bothering to watch it or it's happening in AEW, so you have to pretend you don't like it. That's really what it comes down to. So there's a couple of comments in the Discord in the chat that I think are really good, that I think are worth mentioning, and then we'll move on and review the rest of the show. Gran Akuma is in the chat tonight. Yes, that Gran Akuma, and he says, this was less like an emotional Lucha Apuesta match and more like the Midnight Rider or the Yellow Dog losing their mask. It's a different dynamic.
Yeah.
That nails it. I mean, that's really, nails the essence.
That nails the Scooby-Doo aspect that I'm talking about, where it's you take it off and it's like, oh, it was Dusty Rhodes. And it's like, well, yeah, we knew it was Dusty Rhodes. It was obvious. It was Dusty Rhodes versus here is now this human being that used to be a cartoon character and now his whole life has changed in this moment now.
This is Hulk Hogan doing Mr. America on SmackDown is what it is. It's that kind of dynamic. And then I don't know this guy's name. If he wants to put his name in the chat because he has his goofy whatever, like his YouTube.
What's the username? I remember most of these folks.
That's
Jordan Smith, I believe.
Okay.
It used to be. Yeah, so, I don't know what the fuck happened in YouTube, but you got to fix that. There was a while where people could put their names, and then one day because Ibu comes in here, and I forget his name is ridiculous.
Yeah.
His
no, it's just his name. It's just his name.
Oh, is it?
Oh, you mean they changed it to something else?
No, it's something else. Yeah, it's like this weird ass thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who's that?
It used to be like his full government name.
Yes, yeah,
it's
and
not
that's
that
fine.
anymore.
No, it's some weird username. I forget what it is, but yeah.
See, there's a Reds podcast I listen to, and the same thing. Like they are having the same complaint because they had all these regulars in the chat, and they don't recognize them anymore because they've switched it to the YouTube handles instead of and they're having the same problem. So anyway, who'd you say it was?
I believe Jordan. Jordan's the name.
So he's got another decent comment here. He says this wasn't meant for an actual Lucha crowd, but for an American WWE crowd that wants to moonlight as Lucha fans. And listen, this was done in front of an actual Mexican Lucha crowd, but I understand the point he's making there. Like this match was booked and laid out for Americans who were going to watch this thing. The thing is, the AAA fans in Mexico, as we have been told repeatedly by Cubs and by Rob Bahari and all these other people who are keyed in down there, they're not traditional Lucha Libre fans. A lot of these people were AAA fans before WWE got involved, and they love that WWE is involved in their favorite promotion now because they like this kind of grandiose sports entertainment style pro wrestling. So I think that's kind of a very accurate post as well when summing this thing up.
Yeah, we always the comp we always got was like CMLL was like the Cork and Hall, those sort of fans or whatever that really appreciate the wrestling. And yeah, there's some tourists or whatever that are there, obviously, but a lot of your dyed-in-the-wool CMLL fans are similar to Cork and Hall Japan fans or indie wrestling fans or whatever. They love wrestling and they always said the AAA fans, they just want to kind of drink and scream and have fun for a couple hours, and they don't really care that Vampiro is being an idiot or Pagano sucks
or that anything makes sense or anything. Right,
they just want to drink their big giant beers and scream for a couple hours, and
now they're getting WWE star power on their AAA shows, and they're getting it produced in a much better way.
Yeah,
and it's everything about it. So now they're look.
The production! Oh my God, the production night and day difference between
oh my God, forget it. It was amateur hour, now it's professional.
Yeah,
I mean, and the thing about it is what a lot of people need to understand is AAA was drawing very well before WWE bought AAA. They had their fan base and they were drawing the Vampiro stuff was drawing last year, the year before, whatever it was. His 19 retirement matches
19
were all drawing very well.
I think it's like 29 at this point, but
yeah. So anyway, let's you want to talk about the rest of this show?
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. So we open up with Ray Phoenix and I lost my notes.
Laredo
Ray
Kid.
Phoenix and Laredo Kid, cruiserweight title. Ray Phoenix wins the belt. This was, I thought, much better than the Spot Fest on the TV show the week before.
It's pretty spotty, though. Hey, to a credit, complimentary. I loved how many spots were in this match. It just went crazy.
Yeah, I thought this one was a lot better. And it also had the mega heat. There was mega heat all night because this was just a super hot crowd. But I thought this was better than the match the week before where Laredo Kid took the shortcut and punched him in the dick or whatever while the referee wasn't looking. You had to figure Ray Phoenix was going to win the title here now that Rey Mysterio gave him the rematch and everything. So I thought a better match than the week before, and we have a new AAA Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought they just did a ton of shit, and it all looked pretty good. And it was the perfect way to open this type of show. Like that's exactly what I would have done to open the show is get two guys out there and just have them fucking go crazy. And I thought, I didn't see the spot fest that you're talking about, but this was very spotty and a lot of stuff was happening but it was all good though because Ray Phoenix is a tremendous wrestler and Laredo Kid's a tremendous wrestler. So yeah, it was like it was boom. It was to me kind of classic high flying lucha libre. So I think it was a good way to start this show and yeah, I really enjoyed it and I thought Phoenix getting the win was the right idea and yeah, really fun opener.
All right, so next up we had Vikingo versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. So Wagner 3. This was for the Latin American title. You can see how Vikingo has moved directly down the card. The further this thing moves along, these fans never really were embracing him to begin with. The old regime was kind of just force-feeding Vikingo to the fans as a babyface. WWE recognized that. They turned him heel. He was doing the thing with Dom for a while, and now he's working really in the mid-card for mid-card titles. He beats Wagner 3 for the belt. They had Galeno run off. First he ran off Omos. Then Mini Vikingo runs in. Then Omos comes back to knock out Wagner 3 to set up the finish where Vikingo gives him the
7-minute match. That's a lot of interference for a 7-minute match, Joe.
And it's the same thing you just talked about. Everyone and their mother, even tangentially involved in this program, had to run in and get involved in this thing. And in a 7-minute match. So this was kind of like, this was almost like old school AAA where it was just a lot.
Right.
It was just a lot going on.
Like, do we really need this guy coming out right now? Yeah.
How about just one big spot with Omos? Do we have to get him run off and then he comes back and then, Mini Vikingo? And how about just Mini Vikingo or Galeno? How about one or the other? You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot. Just so much going on. But, people dig their fucking clusters where there's a million people getting involved in everything. So new AAA Latin American champion.
Yeah, I didn't like this at all because, the interference was just, it felt like they had no confidence in these guys to actually wrestle a good match, which is pretty wild because it's Vikingo and Wagner 3, and it's like, I don't know, it seems like you just roll the ball out and let those guys go. So they just overbooked it. And it was like they had 4 minutes of perfunctory wrestling, and then it was like, all right, hit the buttons, and it's like almost comes out, then Viking, and then it's just
it's WWE. It's story over match.
Right, too much for a 7-minute match. Way too much.
Way too much for a little 7-minute match. So we had the War Raiders. They win the AAA tag team titles from.
Did you know they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time? That's what JBL told me.
Yeah, JBL is out of this. He just the things that he says on these shows. It's just
Eric and Ivar, they've won titles on every continent in this world. Corey Graves are one of the best tag teams ever.
I'm like, shut up, dude. Shut the fuck up.
The thing JBL has to learn is there's a fine line. If everything is the greatest thing you've ever seen, then nothing is the greatest thing you've ever seen. He just puts everything over as the greatest fucking thing that he's ever seen, and it just totally loses impact.
Did you watch the show completely on English commentary the whole time?
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio is a disaster on commentary.
Oh, he stinks. He offers nothing.
He offers nothing, and the problem is he trips up because Corey and JBL, and we've talked about this before, on the first AAA show, Corey and JBL are WWE trained announcers. Corey Graves hits all the spots that you're supposed to hit, all the right cadences, everything you're supposed to do. He plays every note perfectly. Exactly what Vince McMahon taught Michael Cole, who taught Corey Graves. Exactly how to. So he has the WWE cadence about every single thing. And JBL knows how to play off of that as the color guy, because obviously he had a long run with Michael Cole getting taught and screamed at by Vince McMahon for so he, despite the fact that he's just talking nonsense the entire time, he at least knows how to pick up on the cadences and understands what Corey's to do, what Corey wants to say, how to lay out, how to let Corey do his WWE announcer stuff. Ray is just like out there talking, man. He just trips up. Corey's just is like, 1 second. And Ray's like, hey, JBL, man, you know what the Vikings did? And just like, what are you talking about? And JBL's like pauses, like, I don't know what you're talking about, Ray. And Corey's like, we better get back to the match. And he's like, the Vikings, JBL, they came to countries and they took over and they plundered. And Corey's like, we should probably get back to the match. It's just like Ray's just out here talking. It's so funny that like Ray is just like talking like a human would talk. Like just a normal human being would talk, and it trips up these WWE announcers so much. But it's very bad because he's usually Ray's saying nothing of substance at all. He's interrupting everybody. He's offering absolutely zero. So yeah, I can't believe that Savio Vega is like a massive upgrade over Rey Mysterio, but he absolutely is. Ray is horrible on commentary, and I guess these guys were doing this remote too. They weren't in the building, which I think I read that, which is wild. Like, you couldn't have these guys in the fucking building, but I guess Corey was in Italy or whatever, but I don't know. It sounded like guys that were doing, because they kept tripping over each other all throughout the night. But anyway.
Yeah, I think Corey tries his best and does a good job.
He does.
The other two fucking stink. They offer nothing. But look, the WWE audience isn't looking for like great commentary. They want JBL to tell you that the War Raiders are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. That's what they don't care.
They want you could pull the string on the JBL figure who goes, authentic Lucha Libre. I love it, Corey.
When it comes to WWE fans, they have no class, no taste, and no standards. I mean, I'm not laughing. I mean that. I mean, everywhere. I mean, it's the truth. They have no class, no taste, and no standards. That should be the motto. It shouldn't be then, now, forever, together. It should be no class, no taste, no standards. It should be the WWE motto. We don't pick on these people enough, if we're being honest. All right, so the thing about this is the War Raiders winning these titles means nothing. The whole point of this was Pagano walking out on Psycho Clown.
Yes.
So we're going to get a Pagano Psycho Clown feud. Psycho Clown, another guy, once the biggest star in this promotion, but now the WWE star. Now all the fake Mexicans wearing masks are the top stars in the promotion.
Now Chad Gable and a German guy are your top stars, or Austrian or whatever.
And an American tag team and everything else. But Pagano and Psycho Clown could potentially be a really big feud in AAA. Would have been probably bigger before the American invasion, but they've been setting this up for fucking ages at this point.
Yeah.
And the War Raiders are just there as it could have been anybody. They're just the team that they chose to send down there. They really aren't important in all of this. It's all about Pagano walking out on Psycho Clown. So that was week one. And then this Saturday, we're going to get the 6-woman tag with Las Toxicas versus Lola, Vice, La Catalina, and It's Bailey. And then I guess they're doing that 5-way match. Is that going to be next week on TV?
Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, Lince Dorado, Mini Vikingo, and Octagon Jr. That's is that the one where Octagon? I think Octagon gets hurt in that match, so I don't know how much of that. Yeah, I think he.
Oh, that's right.
Is that the match where he got spiked on his head? Yeah, so I don't know if they actually complete that match, or I don't know what goes on with that. But
hopefully outside of that, there's lots of fireworks, and hope the guy's not fucking seriously injured or whatever. But that's obviously there just to be fireworks.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Is that all they have? Is that it for week 2?
No, I think there's something. Well, let me see if I could find it.
'Cause that doesn't seem like a whole lot.
Well, there was. Everything announced last week has either happened already, or as the 6-woman tag was the only other match. So I'm sure they taped some other shit. I can't imagine that those 2 matches are taking up the full.
Yeah, I don't know. It shows just those 2, so I don't know if they're doing promos and shit, or I don't know.
Maybe, but tune in and find out.
GM Rey Mysterio is going to go out there and
yeah, well,
set the stage. So there you go. So that was Noche de los Grandes.
Well,
Let's
week one.
Week one, yeah.
I think week two, that might be a Flagship Plus topic.
Yeah, I want to let you, Joe. I'm going to let you handle that one.
Week two might be a Flagship Plus topic.
Yeah, I might not get to that one. Yeah, I might not get to that.
That
one.
might not be Flagship proper real estate, that card I'm looking at there, but we'll review it in some capacity.
So here's the important thing. I think just as important as everything they did during that night, and just as important as the mask versus mask match, was what they announced during the show as well. And there's a lot of movement going on in Mexico right now. And AEW, we'll start with them. They officially announced that Grand Slam Mexico will take place on August 8th. So Grand Slam Mexico coming back to, obviously Arena Mexico, August 8th. Tickets go on sale this Saturday for that show. Friday, tomorrow, tickets go on sale for Triple Mania, 2 nights of Triple Mania, as well as part of the WWE Mexico Live Tour. And now here is the big news that I think not a lot of people are covering, but probably should be talking about and covering because it's happening. We wondered, and we had this discussion a couple months ago that we were like, man, it's kind of weird that WWE bought AAA and they're just kind of not really, they're not stealing CMLL talent. They're not really being very aggressive. They're not really like running counter to them. Not anymore. Mexico Live Tour. They are running September 9th in Guadalajara. These are WWE shows, by the way. These are WWE shows in Mexico. September 9th, Guadalajara. September 10th, Monterrey. September 11th in Mexico City, a SmackDown taping. On that same night, they're doing the first night of Triple Mania in Las Vegas at the Luxor. We're going to circle back on that in a second. September 13th, they're in Mexico City for Triple Mania Night 2. And then September 14th, they're in Mexico City for a Raw taping. So that is 3 nights in Mexico City, September 11th, September 13th, September 14th. And Joe, you're not going to believe this, but CMLL, as they've done since 1934, their anniversary show is in September. So that's kind of wild. And Cubs fan laid this all out, and so I'll give him credit, obviously, on luchablog.com.
Yeah.
So this year's CMLL anniversary show is going to take place on September 18th. They announced that in mid-May, by the way. So that in mid-May, they announced their show is going to be on September 18th. Yeah. Just to kind of clue you in on what's going on here, Triple Mania usually in August. This year, it's in September. Mm-hmm. WWE usually runs Mexico City in October. They're running this year in September. Mm-hmm. And WWE has not had a TV taping in Mexico City since 2011. This year, they're having a TV taping in Mexico City. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Well, it seemed like for the first year or so of this takeover of AAA, that WWE had been suspiciously quiet on that front in terms of declaring war on CMLL. They haven't really rated their talent. They haven't really gone after them. I mean, we've spoken about this. We're saying, isn't it a little weird? I mean, I figured they would have rated half their talent by now. I mean, I know, La Catalina, maybe one or two other relatively insignificant pieces have moved. I don't even know other than her if anyone has made the jump. But look, this was going to happen eventually. And this, I think, is what everybody feared. And it sucks. It sucks because they usually win. And my fear isn't that they can put CMLL out of business or anything like that. CMLL is on very strong ground with owning those buildings and the history and the tourism aspect, all of those things. And they happen to be starting from a very hot point, which helps. But my fear is that CMLL gets shook by all of this and they think to themselves, well, we have to be more like them.
Right, which happens every time. And in every
time.
Instance. And it's so weird because my thought would be the opposite. I would do the opposite. I would say, well, let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's do that. But it's never been the way that anybody has ever dealt with WWE coming into their territory. It's always, well, then we have to be more like them because fans want WWE style wrestling, so we have to give them WWE style wrestling. And that's never.
You get nervous. You're going against $1 billion TKO. And although technically you're going against WWE and Philippe, but you get the idea. And you think that, yeah, like you just said, that, well, we have to do what they're doing or they're going to put us out. And I just fear that that's going to be the case. And we've already seen signs of that. I mean, I've done audio on this already on Flagship Pluses and whatnot, where, we see the slow elimination of the captains matches. We see the slow elimination of best of 3 falls. We see more of an Americanized version of even CMLL now in Arena Mexico. Mm-hmm. And I think this
a lot
is
of Johnny Mundo, a lot more Johnny Mundo than anybody needs to see. But
yeah, and I think it's all a trickle down effect of WWE sticking their beak in and being a factor there, and it's gross and it sucks. And as I say all of the time, welcome to the losing team. And now Mexico's getting a taste of this, and it's foreboding in all of the wrong ways. And this is something that we have periodically discussed and talked about, where it was eventually going to go down this road, and here we are. So they are attempting to burn out the markets before the anniversary show is what they're trying to do. And I'm sure the anniversary show will still do very well.
Tickets for that go on sale tomorrow as well. So same day. So all these tickets are all going on sale tomorrow, which is going to be tough. I mean, that's flooding the market right there. That is WWE. Okay, exactly. CMLL is putting your tickets on Friday. Well, guess what we're doing? We're putting Triple Mania on sale September 9th in Guadalajara, September 10th in Monterrey, September 11th, September 13th, September 14th. We're putting all those. So like your ticket buying audience now has, particularly Mexico City, has access now to 4 shows that they have to buy tickets for tomorrow or whatever if they want to be a part of all this stuff and at pretty high prices and at pretty high price points or whatever. So yeah, it's classic wrestling tactics here. It's flooding the market, burning out the territory.
It's classic WWE.
Yep.
It's what they do. They come in and they want to burn everything down and they want to run and own everything. And
some people cheer that on. I couldn't be me, but sure, great.
I guess if you like what they do, I don't know how putting CMLL out of business or hurting them is going to enhance your enjoyment of AAA. But
sure, yeah,
it's a team sport now, and you know that it's team sports like everything in this world, whether it's politics, whether it's fucking Xbox or PlayStation, it's all team sports, Rich. And obviously wrestling is very tribal in that respect. And WWE is not going to just mind their own business. They're TKO is a ruthless company, dead set on just quarterly and year-over-year growth, and WWE has always had the world takeover of wrestling. They've always been minded in that way, and it hasn't changed. And now they're more powerful than ever. So that's the attempt here. So it's just what do you want me to say? I mean, it's just it's the same playbook. It's the same thing we've seen for decades, and they usually win. They usually win. Mm-hmm. And my concern is the way CMLL responds. There's a lot of people who think that they're, again, already doing too many things that to Americanize their product. And we're seeing, look, they're going to load up the anniversary show with AEW talent because they're going to feel like they need that to make it special and to help them draw and to counteract the American talent in AAA. And a lot of CMLL fans think that there's already too much AEW talent on CMLL shows these days. Well, you're going to get more. I mean, because that's going to be how they combat this. And that already is going to be a negative for a lot of people who just want fucking Arena Mexico wrestling. That don't want Johnny Mundo in a hair match. That don't want the Gates of Agony going down there, not knowing how to work the style and everything else. So, because believe me, not everybody that goes down there is MJF, who goes down there and does a great job and gets it and has one of the greatest matches you'll ever see. I mean, not everybody's going to be able to do that. So, yeah, very depressing.
Yeah, sucks. Yeah, it absolutely sucks.
I wish I had something nice to say.
What's there nice to say?
Nothing to say.
We were waiting for this to happen. We were stunned it hadn't happened, and now it's happening. So,
yeah,
it sucks. There's no ways around it. And, a lot of what's been going on in AAA right now is obviously geared towards getting them a television deal. We talked about this a little bit on Tuesday that, for a while, WWE was sort of inflating TNA to try to get them a TV deal and put them on equal footing with AEW. And, that's obviously fell by the wayside. I mean, they pretty much never talk about TNA anymore. They don't really do anything related to TNA. This got announced while we were doing the Tuesday flagship, but Great American Bash, they announced Great American Bash the same day as what's the AEW pay-per-view that's up against? Forbidden Door? Is it Forbidden Door that I'm thinking of? That's I think so, because Slammiversary is on the same day as well. So Slammiversary and Forbidden Door were supposed to be on the same day. So Slammiversary moved to a different day because they're like, we don't want to go head-to-head with, or a different time during the day because they didn't want to go head-to-head with Forbidden Door. Well, then NXT is just like, we're going to go head-to-head with Forbidden Door. So it's just
they're running at different times.
That's going to hurt Slammiversary.
I think the NXT show is running earlier. I think it's running earlier in the day, but they're all the same day.
No, I think Great American Bash is going head to head with Forbidden Door, and Slammiversary is earlier in the day. Let me make sure I have that.
Double
right.
check that, because we'll see first, and then I'll make the point I was going to make. I don't want to make a point if it's irrelevant, but I know that one of the shows is out of that time slot now. And I thought it was NXT.
No, I think NXT is staying there, but let me 1 second. I'm finding last year's The Great American Bash, which was earlier in the day, but let me tentative schedule here. 1 sec. Well, we're doing our live
It's all right. Yeah, it's fine. You panic too much when you do this.
Well, we just need to have the information correct is what we want to do. So damn it, this is last year's. I keep finding last year's information, and I don't want to find last year's information. All right, let's see here. So NXT is head-to-head, same time, and Slammiversary got moved. So Slammiversary moved when they were initially going to be going head-to-head with Forbidden Door. Then Slammiversary decided, okay, let's move off of that, and NXT just this week announced that, WWE, the Great American Bash or whatever, will be taking place head-to-head with Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
On the CW. So they'll be on the CW. That's their first CW PLE.
On TV.
Yes, on free TV.
TV, yes.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
So, busy day.
Yeah. But, again, I think that just speaks a little bit more to they don't really give a fuck about TNA anymore. They did their TNA thing. TNA got their deal. They're kind of washed their hands of it. And now the new thing, obviously, is getting AAA a deal. And that is why one of the nights of Triple Mania is taking place in Las Vegas at the frickin' Luxor. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's taking place in this, I think it's at that fucking HyperX Arena, right? That they did all the...
It is. It's at that tiny...
Yeah, you watched far too much wrestling for the HyperX Arena.
Yeah.
Last year. So that's clearly just inviting network executives to go watch this Lucha Libre thing, right? I mean, they can't... How many people can you put in the HyperX Arena? I don't even...
Come to Vegas, watch our show.
Yeah.
Fuck a stripper, gamble.
And then give us money and regret your TV deal later. I guess it's at the Luxor Theater, not the HyperX Arena. So I don't know the difference in capacity for the Luxor Theater.
Yeah.
That's the best fucking casino you could go to, the fucking Luxor. There's nowhere else you can go.
That's a dump.
Yeah, it is. It was a dump when I went in 1999. I can't even imagine. I'm always surprised that it's every time I fly in, I'm like, that fucking Luxor's still there, huh? Haven't torn that thing down yet? All right, well.
Yeah.
You always say it's. I didn't stay there.
It smells like mildew.
Stink? Yeah, well.
Yeah, it smells like mildew. It smells like I don't know, a dirty laundry mat or something. It smells mildewy.
Dirty.
As soon as you walk in.
A little wet, kind of wet.
That and the Excalibur too, the one that's a fucking castle gimmick.
Oh yeah. I spent a lot of time because the Nitro Grill was there at the Excalibur, so I went to the Nitro Grill.
Yeah, that one smells too. You walk in, there's some guy jacked up on steroids wearing chainmail, and he's like
Scott Steiner
with an axe or something.
Big pop.
Doing the gimmick. How do you do, visitor? And it smells like fucking mildew. Both of them stink. They're always very cheap rooms, because they stink. And you get in the rooms are old. They don't upgrade anything. They don't want you in the room, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why TVs in Vegas stink. They're always old TVs with like 4 channels. They want you out of the room.
I stayed at Mandalay Bay, and it actually had a TV in the shower and a TV there was TVs everywhere, and I was like, "What are you doing here, guys?"
That's New Vegas now, so they're like they're they're not treating you. They're not trying to see. It used to be the TV would have like 4 channels, and one of the channels was Keno that you can bet from in your room.
Like get down there and fucking play, asshole. All right,
right. There's nothing to do up here. Standard definition. ABC, CBS, NBC,
Keno channel,
and the Keno channel, and then the Barker channel trying to sell you tickets to whatever fucking show they have in that casino. That was it, But
that's a better Vegas, honestly. I don't even like Vegas, but I that is what I want out of Vegas. Not I want the sleazy. We got to get you down there to the tables. We got to get you to the tables because none of this fine dining. We got a buffet. And we got tables.
$12 buffet.
Don't leave, please. Just stay here. Don't see we don't want you to know whether it's night or day. Just come on.
Yeah.
Wander our halls and eat our $12 buffet, drink our free drinks, and put some fucking money down on these tables. That's now it's all 5-course meals and these fine dining and garbage.
They tried the family thing for a while too.
So that's when I went. I went during the every place had an arcade or whatever, and everything was all Treasure Island and the Excalibur and all that. Yeah.
Well, they knocked down the Flamingo, and then they have I don't know what do they call that little strip in between where the Flamingo used to be. It's basically like an outdoor mall. Chain restaurants.
You thinking of Fremont Street?
No.
Where the Flamingo is.
There was an old casino that was called the Flamingo, and it had all pink, and it was a real old dusty. And they knocked it down, and they built like it's called there's a name, the Quad or something like that. The probably built it around 10, 15 years ago. But again, that was part of the Link area.
Oh, okay, yeah, and that's got like
chain restaurants and things you could do with your kids, and it's very much, and the 2 surrounding hotels, I forget which ones they are very not, Dean Martin's not going to be strolling through the lobby, put it that way. It's, it was where the Flamingo was. They knocked it down. And the Quad used to be, that's why I was thinking the Quad. The Quad was one of the ones they knocked down. They knocked down Flamingo. Remember Imperial Palace? That one was a total dump.
Oh,
the Imperial Palace.
Yeah.
And the Quad, they knocked all those down, and then they built something called the Link, and that was that whole we're going to turn Vegas into a family destination era, and that's kind of
Imperial Palace. It was very problematically Japanese, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
I don't remember that aspect.
It had like a pagoda, and like I think it had like the fucking paper.
Probably,
yeah. It was clearly what they were implying there by Imperial.
There were no high rollers at the Imperial Palace, though. It was like the Flamingo. It was built in like the 70s, and they never did anything to up. It's just all everything old in both style and in structure, and it was no one.
We're told the Flamingo is still there.
I don't know about that. That was definitely, unless they rebuilt it, because that was right where the Link is.
Yeah, I'm the wrong guy to ask. I get in and out of there as quick as possible. I don't care where anything is. I just go to wrestling and leave. So,
yeah, here it is. It says the Link on the property located north of the original Flamingo. See, that Flamingo's gone.
Oh, the original's gone. And
down.
Maybe they put another one up there.
There might be another Flamingo, but the original Flamingo was definitely knocked down because that's right where the Link is.
I couldn't believe Circus still hanging around. I drove by it and I was like, yuck, look at that place. That was so brutal. I think it advertised $39 rooms or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that looks like a place that has $39 rooms.
That's probably the worst one down there now, because that's the one with the infamous buffet where it's literally like microwave food. Like, I'm serious. It's like chicken nuggets and like just total garbage. And that one has an arcade in it. Like you're talking, like there's an arcade on one of the floors. That's another one that's trying to they want you to bring your family there because the kids have shit to do. And I think it has the arcade that slowly rotates for some reason.
Oh.
Which doesn't make any sense. And I don't understand why you would want to do that.
That's a gimmick.
But,
you got to have gimmicks.
Yeah, I guess so. But,
that seems like a needless gimmick, but
yeah,
a gimmick nonetheless. But there you go. See, we had some fun after we read the depressing story of WWE taking over in Mexico. I don't know if you saw it, completely unrelated, but Dreamwave Wrestling, obviously in LaSalle, Illinois. I said obviously, like everybody knows it's in LaSalle, Illinois. Dreamwave Wrestling, they do an all women's promotion as well. They announced a bunch of women's wrestlers for an upcoming show. They announced today that 4 of them were taken off the show, and I'll let you know all of them were WWE ID talent. So that's starting already again, as we said it would. You know, no, you could book them. Come on, you could book them. We don't care. You could book anybody. They're not contracted to us. We're just paying them a little bit, but they can still take their indie bookings. And it's like, it's similar to NXT UK. It's the same fucking playbook that they did there too, where it's, little by little, it's like, well, no, you can't book them. You can't book them on this show with these wrestlers. No. And eventually people are just going to stop booking these people. So, yep.
Yeah.
World Wrestling Entertainment, folks. Hey, speaking of World Wrestling Entertainment, global brand. We're a global brand. Right. Well, I wish what they should do is fucking learn how to book some goddamn wrestling and book some wrestlers and book some young wrestlers, because WWE Clash in Italy, the ESPN WWE Premium Live event from Turin. Corey Graves, Michael Cole. First 2 matches were on the ESPN proper again. Mm-hmm. Cody and Gunther and Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill and the rest of the show.
Oh, is that true? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, so the press releases must be flying. I mean, they must have done great, right? How'd that do?
Let's go to the WWE PR. I always love this because I want to see what shitty college sports they're touting and not saying a thing about. Okay, yeah, I got it on. It's like bookmarked. I typed in
millions
PR.
of viewers.
I typed in PR and it immediately gave me the Twitter account for ESPN PR because it knows how much I love it. All right, let us go to ESPN PR because, I imagine I must have just missed it, but they probably just posted something as we were live here on the air. So let's go to ESPN PR. All right, what we have is let's go ratings wise. Okay, 4 hours ago, hockey fans. We're tuned in. The quest for the cup began Tuesday night's Stanley Cup final matchup between the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes delivered the most viewed Game 1 since 2019 with 4.8 million viewers for the classic hockey matchup of Las Vegas and Carolina. So there you go. Let's see. We'll find some more ratings here, I imagine. La Liga. You like the La Liga?
No.
Me either. It scored its best ever season in the United States on ESPN platforms. The 2025-2026 season reached 20.1 million viewers and 3.9 billion minutes watched, up 10% at 11% year over year. What ridiculous stats are those? It's cumulative viewers and cumulative minutes watched. But La Liga doing well on ESPN. So let's see here. I'm going to scroll. I'm sure it's coming up any minute. A record-setting start to the hashtag Road to Omaha. ESPN delivered its most watched NCAA baseball regional round on record, up 38% year over year. Volunteers versus VCU, 804,000 viewers. Auburn versus NC State, 659,000 viewers. And Arkansas versus Kansas, 560,000 viewers. So there you go. That was the...
So everything but WWE.
Well, hold on. We're getting pretty down the scroll here. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Most watched Women's College World Series pre-finals on record. What is that? Most watched Women's College Softball pre-finals on record. Through 14 games, 1.5 million average viewers for the Women's College World Series pre-finals. So, here you go. Last Saturday's Denver Outlaws win over the defending champion PLL Atlas. What the fuck is this? I don't even know what this is.
Professional lacrosse?
Professional lacrosse, it is. Yes, in a title game, rematch scored double-digit increases year over year on ABC.
This is embarrassing. Lacrosse? No one watches lacrosse.
Well, they delivered 16% year-over-year growth over what they were doing last year. We're getting pretty low here.
It's not there, Rich.
It's not there. It's not. UFL.
It's not
hey,
there.
Fans showed up for regular season for the UFL. Up
so
14% on ABC year over year.
So they either don't care about it or it just didn't do any impressive. I mean,
yeah, whichever one. Pick which one it is.
Impressed with the numbers or they don't care.
Right, pick which is worse.
It's one or the other. And I guess they would know if it's, or well, how would they know if it's driving subscriptions? Because I guess they'd have to do one of these pay-per-views without the free matches and see how many buys come in versus how many buys they're getting when they do give the free preview of a couple of matches and say, all right, well, this is or isn't drawing subscriptions when we try to, give people FOMO by showing them a couple of matches. But they're obviously not impressed with the viewership. They never tout it. Not one time. If they didn't tout WrestleMania, they weren't going to tout this.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's just never on there ever. It's crazy. I don't know. Have they ever actually? Has ESPN and PR ever mentioned WWE?
No, not one time. It's like it's strange. You pay a lot of money for it, and you don't even attempt to, even figure out a way to make. You could make numbers dance no matter what the numbers are. You just read examples.
They're giving you lacrosse numbers for God's sakes.
And they just don't do it. They don't bother. It's just crazy how every one of these media outlets, they get into business with WWE and it immediately feels contentious. Like immediately. Every time. And then it won't matter. This contract will run out and somebody else will say, take $500 million, take $500 billion.
Yeah, $500 billion. I was going to say $500 billion. It'll
take
be
$500 billion.
Yeah, it'll be $600 billion for a 19-year deal on Fubo or whatever the fuck.
On Boo Boo or Crackle or Zing Zang or whatever the fuck. And then in 2 months, they're disappointed. And they have a contentious relationship. And they're putting out cold statements when people ask them about how things are going. It's crazy. How many times are we going to see this repeat? Fox and Peacock and ESPN. And it's like almost everybody they do business with is disappointed. And I guess we're going to find out with Netflix when that 5 year. We're got to be halfway through at this point. Well, maybe only a year and a half or something. But they've got that 5 year out, right? They can get out after 5 years.
Yep.
So we're going to learn a lot then of what they think of the global views and all of that. So I don't know. Already whispers with ESPN giving AEW a tab on their wrestling page and everything else. It's no one ever learns. They never fucking learn. I'm not even saying it's not a viable investment, but they always give them too much money. It's crazy.
And then immediately regret it. And then, it's always the contentious. Like Lachlan Murdoch, they were like 2 months into their WWE deal, and he's already bitching and moaning about how they're not delivering on the numbers that they thought. It's just man.
It's crazy. Yeah.
You give them $1 billion. Like, how do you give them $1 billion and then be like, all right, let's see how and maybe just look at what other people have done when they've given them $1 billion. It just doesn't matter. It won't matter. And again, it won't matter. Like you said, Fubo will give them Amazon will give them $2 trillion next time, and it won't matter.
Yeah.
Just go eat at Arby's anyway. So Clash in Italy. An interesting show. It was 5 matches. Levesque really stretching it out a little bit and going, oh, man, I simply cannot drop any of these matches from my premium live event. I'm giving them 5 spectacular sports entertainment matches here. We'll start at the top. Undisputed WWE title, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. I thought the match was pretty good. It was kind of just, let's just do everything. It was kind of a sprint in a lot of ways. They didn't really slow it down for a while. I thought it was a decent enough WWE main event match or whatever. And then fucking Cody Rhodes hits the crossroads. Gunther has to very carefully slide underneath the ropes. Cody goes to pin him. They count 1, 2, 3. Gunther loses, but old Paul, he's got a little bit of something in his back pocket here because Gunther's like, no, I was underneath the ropes. How did you count that pinfall? So the idea is that he should not have been counted because he was underneath the ropes or whatever. So Cody defeats Gunther, but Cody needed to pin a guy who was in the ropes, and Gunther had to lose, but then was in the ropes. It's just like he's just cowardly booking up and down the show. Paul is such a coward booker in so many ways.
Yeah. I thought that I was stunned by how much of a nothing match this was. I just thought this was a nothing match. And by the end of it, I'm just thinking to myself that Levesque has no idea what to do with Gunther. Which,
no.
Again,
they have no clue.
No idea what to do with him. And it totally fits all of Levesque's booking patterns where he has like an idea to start with and then has no idea ever how to follow up with anything or see anything through. And you have Gunther, who you're pushing hard. He's retiring people left and right. He's got this gimmick where he retires big stars. And I don't know. Levesque doesn't know what I get the sense that Levesque has no clue what the end point is for Gunther. He just doesn't know what to do.
Zero. Yeah. No, he's got no clue.
It's just, all right, well, let's wait around until there's someone else to retire, and we'll keep that going. And, I mean, the guy retired Cena, and we called that like we saw it. Not a great night. And there were people insisting that this was the rocket pack that Gunther needed, and they just made themselves a new top guy.
Right. From
and
this point forward, he will be,
That's right. And it hasn't bore itself out at all.
No.
He's in the same exact place he was always in. And he retired John Cena. In a very poor manner, but he retired John Cena, and we knew it sucked. And he's in the same place. Levesque has no idea how to see through a push with someone like that. He doesn't know what to do. No clue. So, well, we're gonna put him in the match because it's in Europe, and maybe that'll matter to the draw. But we can't beat Cody yet, because now we're going to hint around at Cody and Roman. So we got to beat the guy, but we'll protect him. We'll have his leg underneath the rope. And the guy's just treading water. He's in the same exact place he was in. And it's very clear they have no clue what to do with him. Why even put him in the match? Put someone else in there that you could just beat. Because this isn't like, if you think this is a precursor to something or building to something, it's not.
Stop, yeah.
Stop it.
We're not letting it play out with Paul Levesque booking anymore. We're done. It's not playing out. It's not going to play out.
Just stick LA Knight in there. Stick whoever in there. First of all, this wasn't even the main event of the show. That was Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. That was the hardest pushed and biggest match on the show. I don't think this show would have drew one less fan if it was LA Knight instead of Gunther, or insert whoever here. So you don't have to put Gunther in that position where you're like, oh shit, how do we protect them? You don't have to book him in the match. If and you can, and it works on the other end too, because you can just have Cody beat somebody and look strong coming out of it before they do the Roman tease.
Right. But he's a coward. He books like a coward. So instead you get all these, like, Cody's wins are always these weird kind of something happen, and Cody rarely just fucking hits his move and pins a guy in the middle of the ring. It's always something there. It's always some sort of weird protection thing or whatever. And when he wants guys to lose, it's always like, again, it's these weird sort of protection things to do it all. It's just cowardly booking. Yeah, just have Cody beat LA Knight. Just have Gunther beat somebody on the show. If you want to push Gunther, have him beat people. If you want to have Cody be a dominant champion, just have him beat people. But they don't. He just doesn't do that.
And if you don't want it to be Gunther, put someone else in there. You don't have to put Gunther.
Yeah, you book this shit.
Corvo in there.
You book this shit.
You put someone else in there.
It's a work. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can put. It's worse than being a cowardly booker. Is he's a cowardly booker that doesn't have a plan. That's what makes
uninteresting, non-planned coward booking, which is a terrible combination, and we're seeing it play out.
Which is why this promotion stinks and why these shows always stink. But we got a lot more to unpack.
Oh, yeah. This was the least of our problems on this night.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
So I talked about the guys on steroids at the Excalibur wearing their chainmail. Well, Jade Cargill was wearing chainmail in this match, and it kept exploding all over the ring on every bump. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
There were just pieces of her fucking gear with the referee like sweeping it up, picking it up. It's incredible. You know, she's just got gear made of like fucking metallic hoops, and they're just they're exploding like fucking Sonic losing his rings when he runs into a fucking
Ding!
yeah. And you're like, fuck, I had 98 rings and now they're all fucking gone. You know, that she was like Sonic losing his rings when he runs into a Koopa Troopa or whatever the fuck. Like, that's what was happening here.
Oh, he runs into a Spike, sir. You're mixing Mario and Sonic here, for God's sake.
Don't you think I know where Koopa Troopas emanate from?
I would think you would, but I don't know. I don't know.
Don't you think I know that? You can't just let it sit.
That's a terrible joke because they're just.
It's not a joke. It's I don't know what the enemies in Sonic are called, so I just said Koopa Troopa.
Well, they're not.
That's all. Yeah,
you're
I know
wrong.
they're not.
You're wrong, and I'm going to tell you you're wrong.
Yes, but I know it's wrong.
I can't let you be wrong. No, the Swink wouldn't stand for that, and I'm not going to stand for it either.
Yeah, well, he's annoying, so you want to be like the Swink.
Well, I'm filling in for him.
What I'm doing there is I don't know what the enemies are called in Sonic.
Oh,
so I just
there's a lot of different. What specific Sonic enemies are you talking about? Because I feel like there's a lot of different.
Listen to me. Not important. Not important. Okay,
it's
not
kind
important.
of robots. They're all like little robot animals, right? Yeah. Robotnik's robot animals.
The point here is I don't know the names of any of the Sonic enemies, so I inserted other famous video game enemies into the spot.
That's sloppy.
That's the point. It's not sloppy. It's just, it doesn't matter. See, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I think it does. Clearly it does.
I don't think it matters at all. It doesn't matter. People get the idea. When you say, when he runs into Koopa Troopas or whatever the fuck, that implies that I understand that there's not Koopa Troopas in Sonic. It just doesn't matter what the enemies in Sonic are called. That's the point there. It doesn't matter. It's not important. It's so of little importance that I'm willing to just call them Koopa Troopas to make the point that I'm trying to make. Okay? So it doesn't matter, though. Like, it's not that I got the fact wrong. If you know you're wrong, the whatever the fuck addendum on there is telling you that I'm well aware that they're not called Koopa Troopas. That's the point here. And I went with Koopa Troopa because they're famous.
A famous
instead of going
video
with
game.
That's right. Yeah. To show, okay, I'm just talking about the enemies in the game in general, of which I don't know the name of in Sonic the Hedgehog. I can't go with Tails. I can't go with fucking
Knuckles. No Knuckles here.
No Knuckles. You want me to go with a Dr. Robotnik? Would that make you happier if he runs into Dr. Robotnik and he loses all his fucking coins? Does that make you happy, Rich Grach?
A little bit.
All right, well, I'll go. How about that then? Slip that in there. Edit this up. And
slip it in there seamlessly.
Yeah, when Sonic runs into Dr. Robotnik and loses all of his coins. That's what Jade Cargill was like in this match here. It was utterly ridiculous. We got to talk about BFAB. A statement I never thought I'd
do we? Well, we do. On this night, we do. Normally, we do not. But yes, we got to talk about BFAB. Let's do it.
We got to talk about BFAB.
You had one job. BFAB, you had one job.
One job. And she can't even do that. Why is this person employed? She fucking stinks at everything. They have 900 people collecting dust in that fucking in that warehouse they got down there.
The $1 Million Planet Fitness, as Sue Williams calls it. Yeah.
Yeah. You can find someone who's not horrible at everything like she is.
I think you can find someone where if you said, hey, what's going to happen here is the referee is going to count 1 and 2. And before the referee counts to 3, you're going to grab her leg and put it on the rope, okay? Somebody in that $1 Million Planet Fitness can do that. I'm assuming they can do that. Someone. BFAB,
with the exception of Tangaloa, anyone else can handle this task.
Would absolutely fuck that up royally.
I mean, she stinks. She can't wrestle. She can't talk. She blew the most important spot in the match because she was nowhere to be found. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. Okay? What purpose does she serve? You know, do you think that there's people, old retired wrestlers who didn't, who didn't make a ton of money, they have to be watching someone like her thinking, how the fuck is she making all of this fucking money when I was on the road 300 days a year and was good at my job and now she's terrible at everything and she's making shit tons of money. It really isn't fair. There's really something wrong with that. I mean, she is utterly useless. And now that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's daughter, finally got the hint and exited out of this shit, B-Fab might be the least talented person in that company.
That's an interesting question. Yeah, she might be there. Well, we noted that Tamina Snuka is still technically under contract, so I think she is like the emeritus. But I'm going to take her out of this because I think she is like the honorary like worst wrestler on that roster. So actively, yeah, B-Fab probably is. I mean, again, she B-Fab is horrible. You can't put her in the ring. She can't wrestle.
Nothing.
She can't promo. And yeah, she couldn't. I mean, for people that didn't see this, her job was to put Jade Cargill's foot on the ropes so the referee would count 1, 2, and before she counted 3, she would look at the ropes and Jade Cargill's leg was on there. She missed it. She just didn't do it. She went to reach for the leg and didn't grab her leg. And fucking Jade Cargill of all people realized, well, I better get my fucking foot on that rope right away. So she, thank God, Jade Cargill is still green as grass, was smart enough to put her foot on the rope. And the referee had to go 1, 2. Wait, the foot. Like, you know, it looked ridiculous. It looked utterly ridiculous.
But her putting the foot on the rope defeated the purpose of the spot was supposed to be that her girls helped her.
Right, exactly.
And not only did she miss the literally whiff on grabbing her leg, she was also an hour late. Where the fuck was she? Was she off having tea or something? Where the fuck was she? You literally have one fucking job.
Getting some espresso.
What is she doing?
Getting a caprese sandwich at a Piazza or something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
God, does she fucking stink?
No, she's bad. Yeah, she's really bad. Also, wouldn't you have like? Here's the thing. Here, and this speaks to. We don't know who we don't know who the producer of this match is, or maybe we do. I don't know. We always know anytime a good match happens, it's like, hey, Fightful Select has learned that this guy was the producer of this match or whatever. You know, it's always. Wouldn't you have fucking Mia Yim / Michin be the one to do? Like, if you you have B-Fab and you have Mia Yim, I would trust Mia Yim to do anything else in a wrestling ring.
I think that the thought process is anyone can handle putting
well,
this
they
foot on
can't.
The rope. and it's very clear that they cannot handle that. Just terrible all around. It's funny how the last person standing from Hit Row is by far the least talented person in it.
Between Swerve. Who was the whole lineup? It was AJ
Adonis.
Adrian the Adonis or whatever. No.
Adrian Adonis, Adrian the Adonis, and Top Dollar.
Yeah.
And the least talented person in that quartet by far is the only one still employed by the company.
What is Tahuti? Oh, he always pops up in like Ring of Honor all the time. Ashante the Adonis, Hootie Miles. Yeah, he's always in Ring of Honor. Not always.
Oh, good for him.
Occasionally he's in Ring of Honor. I shouldn't say
good little
always.
wrestler. Good little wrestler.
Yeah.
No charisma.
No.
It brings nothing else to the table, but a good little wrestler. A guy that should be employed if he wants to be. So
the match was also not very good at all, as you could probably assume. It was all utterly ridiculous. So you have obviously
better than their last match.
Well, yeah, it's not that hard though to do that. It wasn't a disaster like that match, but it's the stuff. It's the antithesis of what I want out of wrestling, and it's some people love this shit. So you have Jade Cargill getting quote unquote bailed out by her team by putting her foot on the ropes, but Jade just had to put her foot on the ropes, so whatever. And then you have the baddies or whatever the fuck beating up Rhea. I can't believe I have to say this. Beating up Rhea Ripley. And then out of nowhere, it just so happened to be Charlotte Flair was ready to come from the crowd. Can we explain, like, what is the kayfabe reason that Charlotte Flair just happened to be walking through the crowd in Italy at exactly the time that the baddies were beating up?
It's because they're friends now, Rich Cringe, and she knew that Jade Cargill would be up to no good.
So she waited 15 minutes into this match and said, if the baddies attack her, I'm going to jump in from the crowd.
Flew to Italy just in case she was be needed, and then she waited till the end of the match to get out there. So
yeah.
Correct.
The baddies were out there the entire time being bad.
And then she put Rhea's foot on the ropes.
Yeah.
That's storytelling. Brilliant storytelling. This is the brilliant storytelling that you get on a WWE show. The
frenemies. Can they get along? The get along shirt of Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. We also had in this match, if you're playing WWE Bingo at home, the baddies did their little thing and the referee went, Yes. You're out of here. As the crowd goes, yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
It's like, who's still popping?
Like a 1987 house show where they
Who
throw.
is still popping?
Yeah.
Fucking sending the manager to the back. Oh, God.
All right, enough of this garbage. Let's get to the Brock Lesnar-Oba Femi match.
Yeah, because this match fucking ruled, yeah.
God, this was so good. Woo! I'm still sweating from this one. What a great match this was. Now, listen, we have to separate. Now, first of all, the idea that Brock Lesnar is back and he's beating Oba Femi
It's terrible. Yeah, it's awful.
is utterly preposterous.
But I don't
and
have
sucks.
standards. I don't care.
I don't have any care for what they do.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
So I'm just watching the match, and the match fucking rocked.
Yeah, it did.
Brock is just F5ing this guy. all literally.
He's purple. He's in a flop sweat. And he's just beating the fuck out of this guy. From
He's
pillar to post.
F5ing this guy from Sicily to Turin to Rome to fucking Venice, everywhere in the building. And, through the fucking table on the outside, gets him back on the inside. I mean, this was just, I love this shit. To me, this was like my match of the weekend. I just love this fucking match. But yes, it's utterly fucking preposterous and stupid. They finally do something good.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
They
we
just
praise
have
them.
Oba Femi. They just have Oba Femi beat Brock Lesnar. They take a new, fresh. I was gonna say young, but again, we're not sure.
Yeah.
We take a new, young, fresh, unexposed talent that the fans really love, and they just have him beat an old guy who's been ultra protected his whole career, and you're going to get something out of that. And not only that, he retires the motherfucker, and they undo that in a span of 45 days or whatever,
Just
2
about.
months, whatever it is. So they just totally undo that, and Brock comes back because you have to have the 50-50 booking because Paul Levesque is a coward with no plan, and all he knows is everything's got to be 50-50. And anything that was gained by Oba Femi beating Brock Lesnar in under 5 minutes and retiring him has been lost because now he's in a 50-50 feud with Brock.
Mm-hmm.
And if he goes over in the end, so what? It won't have half the impact that just retiring the guy would have had. But yeah, so from that standpoint, you can't have nice things in this company. Even when they back themselves into something good and cool, they find a way to ruin it, and that's exactly what they did. But because I don't give a fuck about any of their dopey stories or the way that they do things, right. I'm not really bothered by it. It doesn't make me upset. I don't care. And what I saw was Brock Lesnar throw this guy around the entire country of Italy for 6 minutes and 21 seconds, and it fucking rocked. And then Brock's talking shit afterwards.
Yeah,
I don't know
one and one, bitch. That's what he told them.
1 and 1, bitch. 1 + 1. 1 and 1, bitch. I mean, that's what I want out of my wrestling.
I just
don't think this was the right spot
I want a purple,
for it.
sweaty guy to do 7 of his moves to a guy, pin him, and then say 1 + 1, bitch.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm a simple man.
I'm happy with that. It's just a shame that it had to happen in this particular feud.
Yeah. Again, we have to reiterate, having Oba lose is awful and terrible booking. I just don't fucking care. I have no emotional investment. I don't want to let it play out. I don't want to. I think Paul Levesque's booking is terrible, and I don't care. So I just want to watch cool shit. And this was really cool shit.
Cool. This was objectively cool match. Yeah, it was a great match. Yeah.
And now Oba will come back and they'll have a 50-50 match and he'll win. And then people will pretend it's a big moment that Oba beat him and settled the feud. But it's they went 50-50. And I mean, Oba got no moves here. He came into the ring.
No, he's got his ass
Brock
kicked.
attacked him before the bell, put him through a fucking table, and then F5'd him 7 times, then pinned him. We can't even, it wasn't like Oba had even a chance in this match. He got blitzed.
Well, the protection was he kept kicking out. That's the idea.
Yeah.
The idea is he kicked out of a bunch of F5s. He was resilient.
Yeah, I guess. He lost in 6
Getting
minutes.
his ass
but
kicked.
Sure.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, Brock don't get paid by the hour.
Hell no.
And did you think he was going? They were going 23 minutes. I mean, it was. I don't even want him going 23 minutes. This is what you want out of Brock every time.
It's just so funny.
And they delivered.
Undoing the retirement thing so quickly. It's just, and they get nobody cares.
This was contractual obligations outside of the United States, as they tried to explain on television. That's
okay.
what this was.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure. He won't be back ever again, I'm sure.
No. This was simply fulfilling contractual obligations outside
just,
of the United States.
Like they don't get enough shit for the, like you said, we're not hard enough on them for this.
We don't pick on these people enough. The fans in particular.
Yeah.
No class, no taste, no standards.
Brock's back. All right. It's like you just said, like, oh, it's great. Oh, what a moment that Oba retired Brock and he's gone now. And Brock's back. Oh, it's cool that Brock's back. It's just like, you dummies.
We do not bully these people hard enough. All right. So, Sol Ruka. That I didn't even finish laying out the match, and you're already going, Sol Ruka defeats Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title. I thought Sol Ruka was a lot better here because, I don't know, she didn't really fuck anything up.
She fucked up the Sasuke special was the only one, but that wasn't too bad. Oh, and there was the one moment, too, where Becky Lynch had to loudly say, other way, other way, other way, other way, other way, other way. And then they had to cover for her saying, Becky Lynch taking a lot of time on the ropes here because she was trying to do a top rope leg drop and Sol was facing the wrong way. So Becky waited and waited and waited and then realized, oh, fuck, she doesn't realize. And then just started saying, other way, other way, really loudly. And then hit a really bad top rope leg drop. So,
well, they're in Italy. They don't know what she's saying. So, you know, it's
I think they know English a little more than we would.
So aside from all of the shit that Sol Ruka fucked up, she didn't fuck anything up.
Except for those two. Yeah, but here, look, for the Sol Ruka main roster standards, that's pretty good. She did like 15 moves and only fucked up 2. That's because lately she's been fucking literally everything up. So this is good. This is good that she's only fucked twice.
Well, we're a long way from being compared to Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. We are a long way from those Halicon days. You know, it's we've already talked about this. They don't really train anybody down there. They teach them to do moves. They practice their takeover PLE pay-per-view matches in the fucking warehouse for a month, and then they go out there and do their perfectly rehearsed match, and it shows when they get called up, Rich, when they don't understand the other way. It has to be screamed at them for 30 seconds to complete a move, and it hasn't been pretty. They put the title on her, though. Jessica Carr was the referee again, so we're out there telling some more fantastic WWE style stories.
Becky loses and she's shivering and crying because she lost the WWE Women's Intercontinental title.
Right, with its storied history and deep lineage. So
Sol gets the title and she's crying as they hand her the title. Here you are now, the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion.
You deserve it, they said.
Right. You follow in the path of Lyra Valkyria, maybe.
I think possibly
Becky.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know who else. Oh, didn't AJ get a run? AJ. Because that was the first time big time Bex lost the title and shivered and cried. Yes, I forgot then. And then I think that's it.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Maxine Dupree.
Maxine Dupree was the champion. Good job out of you. Yes.
Yeah.
49-day reign as Intercontinental WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. So.
Another well-trained, polished worker on the on the WWE roster from the PC. Oh boy. Anything else on this piece of shit, or you want to move on to the main event?
No, let's do the main event.
All right. So Roman Reigns does in fact defeat Jacob Fatu, beat him clean and definitive, as clean as you're going to beat him. In the defeats the Jacob Fatu, and you know. It's crazy because the fans are behind Jacob Fatu in this thing, and Roman Reigns is once again the cocky tribal chief and doing all of that. And Michael Cole's commentary after the finish of this match, and I quote, "The Samoan werewolf has been neutered and domesticated." And it's like, again, they don't even tell the proper stories that they try to tell in the storytelling company. You're supposed to feel bad for Jacob Fatu here, right? Like, you're not supposed to, like, Roman's the asshole in this story. Like, the next night on Raw, he's making Jacob Fatu bow down and get on his knees and kiss his feet and declare him the tribal chief and, you know, join the bloodline, and you don't understand this now, but I love you, and all of this other shit. And they're totally redoing the bloodline again because they're bereft of ideas. Right, complete with right-hand man and nobody's bitch in there as well.
Sitting there in their little shirts. I cannot. Yeah, when they ran out, I was like, oh my god, it's just the same thing. It's just
You
literally.
now listen, did you watch Raw on Netflix, Rich Craig?
I believe it or not, I missed this week's Raw on Netflix.
Literally the same thing. They've got Jacob Fatu bowing down, and they've got nobody's bitch and right-hand man in there, and they're making faces, and we don't know which way they're going to go. And Roman's
They don't know
there,
who to trust. Yeah.
And they're just doing the same fucking thing. Because they don't know where, because Levesque never has a fucking clue where he's going with anything. And after this match, we actually had the audacity to have Solo Sikoa standing there in the crowd with Taller Tonga and whoever the fuck the other one was.
I don't remember. Yeah, who cares?
We're going right back down this road with the failure Solo Sikoa because they don't have any ideas.
Right. So Roman leaves the ring after this. By the way, you're not going to believe it. They went through a it's just like they hit each other with shit. They went through a barricade. It was all, play WWE bingo or whatever. You got it all right there. You've won bingo. You got it all.
Wasn't a very good match. Very boring.
Very boring.
I mean, if you think this is just, listen, Cage Match has this at 5.7.
Yeah,
so
it's not just us.
This was a nothing match.
It's not just us. Match. And a lot of Roman mid-match promo bullshit. Man, you're going to acknowledge me tomorrow, Jacob.
Yep.
I do it for the family. I do it for you. I do it to help y'all.
We're right back to 2021. We're right back to 2021.
Fuck, 2021.
He told them that last night on Raw. He said, "You don't understand now, but this is all because I love you, Jacob Fatu." Yeah, it's just all the same shit.
And in a week or two, En Uso will decide that he's not sure if he trusts Jacob or trusts Roman more. The other Uso will say, "Oh, man, come on, man, it's about the family." And Uso will have conflicting thoughts about whether he wants to follow Roman or not, or if he wants.
He sees through Roman.
What are we doing?
He sees through Roman.
And then the audacity to have this match end, and then Roman's walking out with a fucking music playing, and they zoom out, and they show Solo Sikoa out there with the other shitty Tongans, and it's just like, and the crowd goes,
Tonga.
Oh, it's like you're really genuinely excited
about Solo Sikoa.
Fuck off! No, you're not. You're lying.
I guess the other one was Tama Tonga because the other two have been fired.
Yeah, right.
Like Jeff Cobb JC Mateo is gone, and Tangaloa is the next Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Listen,
what
if
inning?
Tony Khan,
what fucking inning are we in, Joe? This game is too long. Put a pitch clock in.
If Tony Khan's not on the phone with the next Dwayne The Rock Johnson as we speak to get him in there, and with him being available, I don't know what we're thinking. Okay, so it had to be Tama Tonga with Taller Tonga with the
fucking zilch of all zilches, Solo Sikoa.
Zilch of all zilches. So we're doing that again. We're going to go down that. I mean, that whole when they tried this the first time, it didn't work. So, but they don't have any other ideas.
They have no other idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if they rehire JC Mateo and Tangaloa because we got to rebuild this, or maybe Zilla Fatu's.
Yeah, maybe it's finally time for Zilla, or who was the one that beat up the guy? Samu. I don't think he's getting
Manu.
Or
Manu is coming back. An authentic Samoan. Manu, maybe they're bringing him back. Maybe what's Black Pearl up to? Is he busy? right. LA Smooth. Some of these might be the same man, but I'm just saying there's plenty to choose from if they want to, reignite the troops and go down that road. But we're really doing all of this shit again. It's crazy. It's not going to be as hot. It can't be.
No, of course not.
But I have the money idea. Rich Creech. We've got Roman. And he is once again the tribal chief, right?
Should you be giving this away on a free podcast?
I'm giving it away.
Okay.
I'm giving it away. We got Roman, who is in fact the tribal chief.
Right, not the QB1. After the match, he said, QB1, right. What's with that nonsense? Yeah. It's about the OTC. The original. Right. People like this. People think this guy's good, man. I
think it's good.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
So he is the tribal chief.
Yeah.
We have...
His cousins are Jimmy and Jey Uso, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, but they're cousins.
Jacob as well.
Yep.
And now he is subservient. Jacob said, "You're right. You won. You are the tribal chief, sir." And he was totally emasculated on Raw. They have right-hand man and nobody's bitch back in the fold because
but we unfortunately do not remember which is which. So just go with us on.
That's right. And Jay, main event Jay is once again fucking sidekick Jay, and Big Jim is back in his role as either right-hand man or nobody's bitch. We're not sure which. It doesn't matter. So they're in the mix. What we're missing is a Sami Zayn. And I have the Sami Zayn for you. This time around, Danhausen is going to slip right in there. Now think about it, Rich Craich.
He has a little, it's like little peppers. He's got a little pepper necklace, but it's little tiny like sport peppers or whatever.
They're going to slip Danhausen right into that Sami Zayn. He's going to be cursing people. Roman's going to be laughing at the curse, but he's not going to. I'm telling you.
Right. The Usos will be giggling in the background. Yep.
Think of the zany hijinks that the bloodline can get all up into with Danhausen as the honorary.
I hate it so much, but it also is.
Are you telling me that would?
Idea. Yeah.
That you get out the printing press and just print the money, Rich Craich. Are you kidding me? That's the play. That's the play. Danhausen in the bloodline, in the Sami Zayn role. You're copying the whole thing anyway. What fucking difference does it make? Go all the way and get Danhausen in there. You're telling me that wouldn't work?
No, it would work much better than it should. It would absolutely work.
You know that's a winner of an idea.
I hate how much of a winner of an idea that is. I fucking hate.
Danhausen interacting
he comes
with
out,
Roman.
He's like, yeah, bloodline, yeah. Reigns Roman, yeah. And he's like, what's this guy? Do you know this guy, Jay? And Jay's like, nah, brother, I don't know him. Cause I don't know, man. I don't know anything about him. Cause, but Big Jim will take a liking to him, and Big Jim will be like, "Yeah, man, I don't know. We should try him out."
Yeah.
It's like Jim Uso, yeah.
Jay will be like, yeah. Danhausen, you better go. He's back. I am acknowledging the chief of the tribe. I am, chief of the tribe. Acknowledgement. Yeah, I'm telling you,
right.
It's money.
Jordan brings up he'll have the necklace of teeth instead of the necklace of peppers. I said he'd have little sport peppers, but the teeth instead. He's like, I got my own necklace.
He's going to try to present Roman with you. I have a gift for you.
Yeah.
Chief of the tribe. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And it'll get over and they'll make a.
Are you kidding me?
Godly amount of money.
This is how you make the company hot again. This is the idea. The werewolf of Samoa, he will call, Jacob Fatu. All you do is rearrange the words. That's all he does. It's very simple. Yeah. You just rearrange the words. And, yes, as someone in chat, he'll mix up Jimmy and Jay all the time, and they'll get mad about it.
I'm Jay. Danhausen doesn't know.
For the last time, I'm Big Jim.
Yeah, I'm nobody's bitch, I think. I don't recall which one I am. But.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's the idea. And I just gave it to them for free. Yeah. I just gave it to them for nothing.
There you go, Paul. We just saved you again.
I just did, because that would be red hot. That'd be hotter than the first time around. But if they don't do that, it'll never reach the heights of the first time around. Let's recreate the whole fucking thing with Danhausen. Oh, God. Mm-hmm. Roman will be having this big, serious stare down with, like, Cody or something. And then the music hits.
You are cursed.
Yeah. And he comes down. Everybody's fucking laughing. You can't see it playing out that way? Come on now.
I can't. I hate it.
And then Cody and Roman are trying to get him to curse the other guy without telling him to curse the other guy. Like that, you can have that whole thing play out. They don't want to be obvious. Like Roman doesn't want you to think he believes in the curse, but he's trying to get into Danhausen's head, so he curses Cody, right? Because he kind of thinks maybe there's something to it. There's so many directions you can go. I should apply for the job. They can bring me in. I'll just do this, and then that's it. Bring me in for the Danhausen joins the bloodline.
You just want like a percentage of Danhausen merch sales, and then you're out. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay you a salary. They just give you.
I think you're depressed at this idea.
I am
so good.
Horrifically depressed at this idea. And it'll work too, and people will say it's brilliant. And that's the other problem that I'm depressed about too.
Right.
Like, this is good storytelling. This is cinema. And there'll be a 9-hour WWE video about it. Mm-hmm. And people will be like, "That's one of the best stories they've ever told." That the Jimmy and Jay, they're not sure which Uso.
Crying face, laughing emojis for days.
Yeah. Danhausen said, "What? LMAO." Nah, fam. he called Jimmy J. Oh my God. LMAO.
Yes. All the yeeting things he could do, he could.
Oh God, yeah.
Create.
Some of the chat said large Uso and Yeet Uso.
Yes.
That's a good way to just. I like how they came out. They just have shirts that just say Uso on them. They're just like, it's like right. I can't believe that man like main evented WrestleMania. Like won the Royal Rumble 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now he's a back to being a bit player. So
right
good.
Right back.
So good. Jesus Christ, how are we doing the bloodline again?
I think it's coming.
I think Alan Cheap's shot. He had a good tweet all about. I'm trying to let me see if I can find it here of how long the bloodline's been going on for. Mm-hmm. We're past the innings analogy because that. I mean, we're in the fucking third inning. Was that 2022? We were in the third inning, or whatever the fuck Paul Heyman said. Bottom of the second. Okay, yeah. Well, unfortunately, Alan tweets too much, so I can't find it. So forget it.
The idea was the bloodline.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I found it. Yeah. The WWE Bloodline storyline is at, this was June 2nd, so add some days to this, is at 1,789 days and counting. Things that have outlasted it include the entire WWE Attitude Era, which he says from late 1997 until WrestleMania X7 in April of 2001. That was 1,230 days. World War I lasted 1,468 days. The mainstream career of Nirvana lasted 927 days. The American Civil War, 1,518 days for the Civil War. The Beatles' global touring era was only 929 days. The entire presidency of Abraham Lincoln, 1,503 days. The lifespan of the app Vine, remember Vine?
I do.
1,454 days. The Doors with Jim Morrison, 1,642 days. The entire NWO storyline, 1,723 days. So it has now passed the entire NWO storyline. I don't know if that includes NWO 2000. I would like to know that. A standard college degree is approximately 1,460 days. So a 4-year college degree, you can get that. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. The Apollo manned moon landings, 1,239 days. All those longer than the Bloodline story. So, but it'll work again.
Incredible.
It'll work again.
Incredible.
For reasons you've laid out there. So yeah, not a good premium live event for the young, quote unquote, young talent in WWE. Gunther loses, Oba loses, Fatu loses, and Cody, Brock, and Roman prevail. Hand this company $500 billion again.
Just keep giving them the money. Give them more, I say.
It's not enough.
Let them take over Mexico. In fact, I'm getting a little impatient. When are they coming to Japan?
Yeah. I think it was JBL was quoted on his podcast saying that he believes WWE could do very similar things in Japan to what they're doing here. And I agree. They probably could. So that's always been the toughest. That's been the toughest nut to crack for them, but might be a good chance to do that now.
Would people pay me to come on here and talk about Cincinnati Reds baseball if that were to all occur? I mean,
might have to.
I don't know if I could do it.
There'll be something. There'll be something. We'll find some wrestling somewhere. Come on. Is Australia hot again?
No.
Oh. Well, South America's got to have something going on, right?
South America?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm running out of places to say. I don't know. Where else?
Well,
it's not Dragongate, I'll tell you that. Shun Skywalker is leaving Dragongate, Joe. After his match at Rainbow Gate, he said he would leave Dragongate to, quote, go back to the heavens. Now, there's some initial speculation this might be an angle. It wouldn't be the first time Shun has teased leaving Dragongate. He's done it a couple times. But on Blue Sky, Jay, Dragongate's English commentator, iHeartDG, Jay, seemed to indicate that it is not an angle. He says, quote, not an angle. Shun is leaving. Last will be World at the latest, hometown show at the earliest. It's fine. It's like when Shingo went. It's not like it was stopping any momentum or making things any worse. There's nothing else to do if he doesn't want to do anything. It sucks, but there are bigger problems with or without him. And now other very good sources have told us that it is not an angle, that he is actually out of there. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be much more to talk about on the Open the Voice Gate coming up in a couple days here with Mike and Case. But yeah, he's leaving. So they're going to try. It looks like they're going to try to turn it into an angle. Did you watch the promo that he cut?
If it's an angle, they're fooling a lot of people who would know.
Yes, and we're being lied to by people that have never lied to us ever before. So that's I don't think they're. They're doing an angle in the sense that like they're trying to he's leaving. Like here's the thing, he's leaving. And they're doing he cut this promo saying he was going to leave, and like GM Saito ran in the ring and tried to yank the mic away from him or whatever. And Hio had like a surprised look on his face, like, "What do you mean you're leaving? What the hell?" Like, so they're kind of doing that sort of thing. So that's the angle part. But he's leaving. From everybody that we have listened to and trust with sources in there, the guy's gone and he's leaving.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean,
and if it's a work, which it's not, we don't think it is, but if it is a work and they've gone to these lengths to fool everyone, the question you always have to ask with a work is, to what end? What would be the point of making everybody think the biggest star in the company is leaving? To just piss off your fan base, to get them to not buy tickets because they don't think he's going to be there? So I don't know. It sure seems like he's really leaving. They'll do the best they can with it story-wise.
Got about 980 people in Corkin for this show, by the way. So they're doing a very good job of not making people buy tickets now. So I don't know if this story is going to help those things either.
And when you consider that, not that long ago in terms of years, Dragongate was the king of Corkin Hall. The most successful promotion in Japan in drawing fans to Corkin Hall. They had the Corkin sellout streak that went for years before the pandemic. So the state of this promotion, you could, whether it's whatever his reasons are, you really can't blame him if he thinks that he's on a sinking ship and wants to see if he could latch on somewhere else. It's look, it's an odd time in Japan right now, and sometimes these things are strange where you would think, all right, well, this guy's incredibly talented and was a top guy in this promotion. And you would think if this were America, if it worked like America, well, then, yeah, New Japan would have called him already and probably set something up. But it doesn't always work like that in Japan. It's like the politics are weird. I mean, the internal politics between the promotions, not the literal politics. It's strange in that, he's not one of our guys, so we don't want to bring him in. You would think that any promotion in Japan would want to get a hold of this guy at this point in time, but it's just as likely that he just ends up in like fucking GLEAT or something. It's just, you can never predict these things.
Yeah, Dragon Dia, remember he departed from Dragongate and everybody kind of booked him to jump to New Japan.
Well, that might still be happening.
Okay, but he hasn't wrestled since February. It's like he's not doing anything.
Yeah. The thing with the New Japan recruiting is a lot of them were juniors and they're in the middle of the Super Junior tour, so it's kind of be a weird time to bring guys in. The other thing though is they did sell in the middle of all of this too, so I don't know what that means in terms of handshake deals they had with guys they were thinking about bringing in. When there's new ownership in play, so who knows? But yeah, it's strange. You just assume, everyone will be clamoring for a service. It doesn't always work like that. So I don't know. Even unless he has something
it's rarely as seamless as it would be in America. Like this would be akin to like
no-brainer in America.
Yeah, some guy in TNA who was really, really good. And just kind of bored of being in TNA, he would leave and it'd be like, oh yeah, he's definitely going to WWE or AEW or whatever. And he'd be there, as soon as he contractually could, he'd pop up on the show and appear there. But yeah, it's not always as seamless in Japan. It never has historically. Now I don't know if that's going to change as it gets weirder and weirder in Japan moving forward. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you have no clue. You have no clue where he ends up next. So is it Noah? Is it New Japan? Is it, like you said, fucking GLEAT? Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows what's next? For Shun Skywalker, but from all indications, it's just he just kind of got bored of being in Dragongate. Nothing more to do. Just kind of sick of it. So he's leaving. And there's been a couple guys that have obviously we mentioned Dragon Dia. That it's just Dragongate in general, man. It's tough. Yeah, when I saw that Corkin Hall number was like 987 or something like that, it was like, oh boy.
That's really
that's if you want to know the state of Dragongate in the best way possible. Well, first off, listen to Jay on Open the Voice Gate. I don't know if you listened to that episode, man. Fuck. They have done a number on my man Jay. He is just it's like they got that guy feeling like he is ready to tap out too, and that's I mean that is I Heart DG. I mean that's fucking Jay. What are you doing, man? Like that is your number one guy. Nobody on earth cares about Dragongate more than Jay, and he's on that show, man. It just sounded like a guy who was just not necessarily that he just it feels like he's disappointed in what Dragon Gate's become, and he's just really sad about the state of Dragon Gate where it is right now. So
this is not intended to be, meant to be, and I told you so. It's not. But I've been deeply concerned about Dragon Gate probably for at least a half a decade, maybe a little bit even before the pandemic, in that when I was watching Dragon Gate regularly, one of my big talking points was they are an absolute fucking factory when it comes to producing good workers. Dragon Gate pumps out more good wrestlers out of their system and their dojo and their training than arguably any other place in the world. And that actually is probably still the case. And we've talked over the years why that is, the schedule, whatever they're doing training-wise. They get these guys dialed in.
They have functionally great wrestlers coming out of that place all the time.
Constantly. A constant stream of just high-level young wrestlers. And the ones that aren't, they find a place for them. Whether it's a Punch Tamanaga or whoever. They'll find a comedy role for guys, the ones that just can't quite hack it at that level. But they are just a machine when it comes to producing high-level wrestlers. But the one thing that I had been saying for years was I did not see anyone with any charisma. And I made that point all the time. And it was a big concern to me. They're pumping out all these great wrestlers, but they're not pumping out anyone that has a discernible crowd connection. They're not pumping out anyone that I can foresee as a major star moving forward. And really, Shun was the guy. He was the one that bucked that over the last, call it a decade or whatever, who did show charisma and did become a legitimate star. But you go right down the line of all of these guys who were functionally excellent wrestlers, like you say, but all of them lacked crowd connection, star power, and charisma. And that was a concern of mine going back a very long time. And when you continually do that, and you're not pumping out stars, and you're not finding a way to create stars, you have what we have here now. And the pandemic absolutely contributed. They had it very rough in the pandemic. They had it very rough coming out of the pandemic. But they just don't have enough marketable bodies in that promotion, no matter how good the work is. And I know that probably stings a lot of people to hear, but it shouldn't be a surprise. Because back when I was watching regularly, I warned of this. I said, I don't know, there's a lot of good workers, but where are the stars? There's not a lot of charisma here with these groups of great workers that they're pumping out. And that's really the key to pro wrestling. You know, you can have all the great workers you want, but you have to have people who are going to connect with the crowd. And now they're losing the one guy that does. It's not good. It's not good at all.
Yeah, I mean, in just a couple of months, they lost the guy that the Dragon Kid lineage was passed down to, which is a very important thing. The Ultimo Dragon, Dragon Kid, Dragon Dia. Right. You know what I mean? That's right. They lost that guy. Just was like, I'm out. Bye. And they lost the only guy with any sort of pulse, like high level star that they had with any pulse.
Yeah,
is bouncing too. And there's I think there's some talented guys in that, but. Main roster, main event level guy. Like it's been, Shun's been one of the few guys that is kind of connected on that level, that higher level that you look for, and now he's gone, and that's a huge loss, a huge gap that will now be.
They pumped out a lot of Yuki Yoshiokas.
Yeah,
that ain't gonna get it done. You know that's. The guy, you know, a lot of just functionally good workers who they're dry. You know, it's and they're trying to phase out the older guys. It's hard though when you don't have people to replace them. And, they've run with Kakuta here for a long time, and he's just not getting over with their fan base. It's not for, look, that guy's had the belt for like a year, right? They've sent him to Noah twice to work 2 different carnival tours. So it's not like, but it's just, it just hasn't worked. He's not connecting. And that's the biggest problem with Dragongate over the last, however many years. They just don't have enough guys who are connecting.
Yeah. One of their top guys this year, the guy they've been pushing a lot is fucking Genki Horiguchi, who's been awesome this year. They're doing he like wins all of his. They're just like re-pushing Genki Horiguchi, like, and that's great. Like I think that, but it speaks to a lot of the ills of the company. It's not good. It's not good in Dragongate. It's not good at all. And
I mean, with the talent that they have there, if they had a couple of charismatic stars, they'd be in real good shape. That's
everybody. I mean, that's every.
But them in particular, because they have so many good workers.
Yeah. But that's the hard part. Really, isn't. Yeah, the hard part isn't having good workers. I don't think these days, especially. I guess I see what you're saying. There's probably not as many. They have probably more good work, but it's. The key is always to have the crowd connections and the stars or whatever, and have those. And they've really, really, really struggled. There's been multiple generations that have come through, and it's just, a bunch of guys that are zilches. And it adds up. We saw it with Noah. I mean, that's the famous story. When we began this podcast all those many years ago, Noah was in the midst of, you had to follow Misawa and Kobashi or whatever, but these guys just were coming up, and it wasn't connecting. That next generation, they were good workers. They were all really good workers. It just wasn't connecting, and it put them in a very dire strait for a long time. And I think that's kind of what Dragongate's doing right now too. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how to solve it, because you can't just, create charismatic wrestlers that get it. That's tough. I don't know. I don't have a good solution for him. Sucks. But
with that guy leaving, this is absolutely the low point.
The low point at Dragongate? Yeah. I mean, not like, controversies aside, yes. It's not the monkey incident, but in terms of
who cares about that? I'm about like this is like the vibes business low point.
Oh yeah. No, it felt bad before he was leaving, and now that he's leaving, it really, 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 really feels bad. Like that Jay Blue Sky post. It's like, it's fine. It's like when Shingo went. Like read it in Jay voice. It's great. It's like it's fine. It's like when Shingo went, it's not like it was stopping any momentum or making things any worse. It's just like, whatever. It sucks, and it's going to suck with or without him. Who cares? There's nothing else to do if he doesn't want to do it. It sucks, but there are bigger problems with or without him.
Yeah.
Sums it up perfectly.
He's not wrong.
No.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Well, the good news is, Joe, we can always look to New Japan Pro Wrestling to put a smile on our face. They are wrapping up their Best of the Super Juniors tournament, Joe. I know you've been locked in on some old BOSJ. So tell me about your viewing experience so far for the Best of the Super Juniors, because you and I have had similar experiences watching this tournament this year.
I was watching it early on, but it was so shitty and annoying that I could not waste another second of my life watching that tournament. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's kind of where you lasted longer than I did. I would load up my New Japan World, and I'd already feel icky. I'm like, oh, God, I don't really want to do this. Fine, I'll load up my New Japan World. I'd click play. I'd find a match. I'd watch it for like 8 minutes, and I'd be like, I'm not doing this. I'm not watching Yo.
Between Yo and stuffed animals and whatever Kushida was doing early on, and just all this utter nonsense. Listen, I don't need Robbie X in my life that badly where I have to sit through the rest of this garbage. I can't. It's not worth my time.
Yeah, I'm not even a Jun Kasai guy either, so I can't even get enjoyment out of Jun Kasai being there. Like, I know some people can, but good for you. But I'm good.
You bring in Jun Kasai, you never put him in the ring with Despy, which is the only reason to bring in Jun Kasai. It's just, but that's not the problem. Is all the hamming it up and the utter nonsense.
Yeah,
that goes on
it was a nonsense tournament in large part.
And and I'm not. I can't. It's just again. So we're going to wrap it up. Now we're going to jump in now, of course, because now, we're going to, the tour ending show and everything, we're going to have to lock in on that. So,
who's we? You got a mouse in your pocket? Fuck off.
I'm making you review it.
Watch that shit.
Lay it on me, the big time semi-main event the semifinals.
Well, you can do this on a Flagship Plus if you want. Master Wato emerges from your A block. He is your number one in the A block. He'll be facing the always formidable Yo.
Oh, so my two least favorite wrestlers in the promotion are in semifinal number one.
Yep.
Sounds great.
Yep. And then you're going to love this. Your favorite tag team in the world, the Ichiban Sweet Boys, are going to have to do battle here. Robbie Eagles emerged from the B block as your number one, and he'll be facing Kosei Fujita, your A block number two.
Well, I'm sure that'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll be really good.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think there's anything that Yo and Master Wato could do that I'm going to like. They have so much to overcome in terms of what I think of them.
Your arms are going to be so crossed at the beginning of that match. You know
oh, God. They're going to be crossed so hard, I'm going to be breaking my ribs. Have you seen Yo's, what's it called? Render? What do you call it?
His little graphic, yeah, where he's got his mouth's agape, and he's just.
What the fuck is his problem? What is he doing? Why is his mouth wide open like that?
I don't know.
Why is this guy so fucking weird?
I don't like him at all.
Why? Seriously, go look at his.
I know it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Why is he? What is that look? Why is that look on his face? I want to punch him in his stupid face. What is wrong with this guy? Why is his mouth all agape? What is he doing? It makes me angry. Yo makes me angry.
I can tell. I think it's on the New Japan. Here, I'll put it in the chat room for people that are listening, because I believe it's his. If you go to the profiles, I think it's his profile picture on the New Japan website.
What is it?
He's goofy. He's crazy. He's weird. He's off the. I don't know. Yeah.
There has never been a wrestler that had more "please retire, bitch" energy to me than Yo. I can't fucking stand him. I hate him so much.
And Mr. Wato. Fucking dork.
And that's fucking Wato. Yeah, he's just a nerd. Guy's just a dork, but I mean, what was it, 3-4 years ago he had that great final?
Yeah. I just don't care. Yeah, I just don't care.
It's impossible to care. But Yo, oh my God, this fucking Yo. Seriously, if I could handpick a wrestler to just disappear, I think I'd pick him. Yeah,
you'd pick Yo over Sho, and I find Yo more infuriating than Sho.
Well, yeah, Sho just runs in with a wrench, and that's no picnic either. But
right. But at least Sho's just giving up. Yo is it's hard to describe, but it's just.
I would pick
his mouth's
him over
open.
anyone.
He's doing weird things. He's wearing weird things. It's I get it. Okay, you're goofy and you're silly and you wear weird things. I get it, Butter.
The Ziploc. Remember the Ziploc baggy gear and what the fuck is? What does he even do? Why is his mouth open like that?
I don't know. It's open a lot.
I'd pick him over Johnny Hungy. I'd pick him over
at this point. Johnny Hungy.
Well, he's never around.
Yeah.
He's never around. It's he can't annoy me if he's not around.
Johnny Hungy used to.
Fuck God, I hate that fucking guy.
The best part is people would argue with it. No, he's good actually, and it's
you'll see, he's gonna get pushed. All right, I'm still waiting.
Where is he at?
This is me with I am the Judge Judy gif right now, pointing at my fucking watch.
Yeah,
when's it coming? When's it coming? Where's the big Johnny? I was told Johnny Hungy was going to be a huge star. I was told Otis was going to be a huge star. Huge star, Rich. Don't ever fucking cross me. Don't doubt my instincts. Don't ever doubt my instincts.
So let's show that semifinal, I think, is tomorrow. So do we have to watch it and talk about it tomorrow?
Yeah, you have to watch it and talk about it. It's the best of the Super Junior semifinals. Of course, you have to watch it and talk about it.
All right. You're going to do AAA on Fox on your own, though, right?
You don't have to watch that.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm not going to watch that. You don't have to watch
that.
Okay, good.
That's just an episode of TV. It is the second half of a major show.
It is. But it doesn't appear to be a major show with the two matches they have announced on it. So,
buddy, I got Fire Festival coming up, so you're going to have to pick up some of this slack.
Okay.
I have a lot to do.
Can I watch the Fire Festival? I want to watch that.
No one's stopping you.
Okay, I'll watch that.
No one's stopping you. from watching the Fire Festival?
Yeah, I want to watch the Fire Festival. So
what's this fucking semifinal shit? This is
tomorrow.
Tonight,
basically. Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe the rest of the card's really good. Let me take a look here.
Sure.
Oh,
yeah, what do you got? Let me see.
Well, we got Aaron Wolf in an 8-man tag opposite the House of Torture.
No way.
So
Holy crap.
I am looking forward to that one.
Wow, I can't wait to see if he can overcome the odds.
It's funny. Yeah, it's great. I don't
of
know
the
what he's gonna
House
do.
of. That's an interesting matchup there. So you have a judo Olympian.
Yeah.
So real athlete up there against the guys that wear black and interfere and the shitters and they ring the bell and the whiskey and that's going to be a riot.
Ring the bell.
That's going to be a riot.
Bell. You got to be careful of that Nobu Kanemaru because what he likes to do, Rich, is he likes to ring the bell and make you think the match is over.
So that you're wrestling in the ring and then you think you've won the match because the bell's ringing, but in fact, that is not the case, is what you're telling me.
It's very tricky. So tricky, in fact, that these baby faces have not caught on in 4 years that he's going to do this in every single match. It's very tricky. I noticed that the jeans store in the mall, Unbound Co., is still at it in New Japan. I noticed that as well. So they're still a thing. When does Unbound Co. take on Old Navy or The Gap? When do they take them on?
Buckle. They face Buckle in it.
Yeah. Forever 21 is coming in for a hot,
H&M's coming in hot, so get ready for him.
Absolutely. Watch out, Chess King is on the way. Orange Julius coming out of retirement.
Suncoast Video is ready to.
Champ Sports is back in action.
My Champs is still around, man. My Champs in my old mall is still kicking.
It's hanging on. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know how. It's hanging on by a thread, but it is still hanging on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Unbound Co. It would be like in like a not a dead mall, but it's on its way to being a dead mall. Mm-hmm. And there's a whole section that's empty because it used to be a JCPenney and it used to be like a frame, like a frame store. It used to be that sports store that we're talking about where you could buy your pennant or whatever.
Yes.
Those are all gone, but Unbound Co. still has like a huge plot in like that weird corner, and you got to go all the way around to that corner to get to Unbound Co. And then you walk in and they're playing some fucking terrible music and
right next to Spencer Gifts and and the pet store with all the sickly looking dogs. That's where it is.
You're like, oh. Okay. And you have to stop. You got to stop.
You always have to stop and look at the dogs and be like, oh, man, someone's going to buy that puppy. It's going to be dead before it turns 3.
Chihuahua has so many parasites.
Yeah, has no hope. Came from a puppy mill in fucking Amish country, and it's going to die before it turns 3.
That Chihuahua has heartworms and is going to die.
Yeah. But that's where Unbound Co. is located.
Right. Next to the shuttered sports store and the shuttered.
Yes.
There's a guy who still repairs watches. He's there. Mm-hmm. He's not going anywhere. He's going to go down with the ship.
A cobbler for some reason. And you're like, how does he stay in business?
Right.
Always with the shoe repair, right?
Yeah, there's my mall has there's this weird ramp that goes down to a bathroom, and next to that bathroom is this shoe repair guy, and I'm like, who goes here? Who could ever
I'm
know
not
about
joking.
this?
There's always a cobbler. Yeah. I don't know. It's bizarre. Like you see no one going in and out.
I have never repaired a shoe in my entire life.
Who has the kind of shoes that require repair? You just go buy another pair of shoes.
I've never had a cobbler cobble my shoes ever. I just buy new ones.
Who is practitioner? Who are his customer base?
Just old Italian guys. Old Italian guys and old Polish guys are all
getting their shoes repaired. I want to go in with a shoe just to see what the guy I want to see. He's got to be in his 80s. There's no cobbler under the age of 80, right? Like a shoe repair guy. That has to be a dead fucking what do you call it?
Oh, it's
career.
Over. Yeah. It's like guys that make mosaics or whatever. I don't know if I've read something about that where it's like, or sculptors. Like no one's going to sculpt ever again. Like the generation of sculptors we have now is like the last because like nobody's learning how to do it. Nobody wants to do it. There's just no desire to do it. So Sculptures
you get the 3D
will die.
printer. Yeah, you get the 3D printer now.
Right.
Takes care of that.
So you're not going to have a guy, sculpting a statue anymore. That's dead. But yeah, I went to, we have like I guess, is he a shoe repair guy? He's like a shoe and leather repair guy in my town. Like I went 10 years ago. He's still around somehow. I don't know. I had no idea. An extremely old Italian man, like as old as you could possibly imagine. Maybe he's 95 years old or whatever. And I wanted to get a baseball glove, like restitched, because he said he restitches baseball gloves. And I went, and he was like, "Oh, no, too old." He wouldn't even do it. And I was like, "Just do it."
He wouldn't even do it.
He's like,
one time you need
I'm
the
like,
cobbler.
I'm trying to give you money, man. And he's like, "Oh, this glove. No, get new glove. Get new glove. This glove
One
old."
time.
Yeah. And I'm like, "No, it's my dad's glove. He gave it to me. It's a Dale, you'll love this. It's a Dale Murphy autographed glove.
My God.
And I've used it my entire life. So I like wanted to keep using it. It's like, it seems like it's like ceremonial. And I tried to get, he's like, no, I can't even. No, it's old glove. You got to get new glove. And I'm like, come on, I'm trying to.
Incredible.
Trying to give you $100 to restitch my glove, and he wouldn't even do it. So I'm like, well, then who is giving you money? Like, does anybody give this man money? And I don't know. He's still around.
I don't know how do they afford the rent of the mall? I don't get it. But there's always a shoe repair.
Yeah.
Right next to the Army recruitment office. It's the shoe repair.
The AOTC. Jordan, the chat, who is always good, he says a random store that sells furniture made from driftwood.
Yes. That's the Unbound Co. wing of the mall.
Yep.
They're the anchor of that wing of the mall. And they got a big feud coming up with Foot Locker, but it's very problematic because
Foot Action's going to get involved too.
If Unbound Co. defeats Foot Locker, then Lady Foot Locker becomes their slave for 30 days. Very problematic feud. Back to the
Was there actually
days.
a Lady Foot Locker?
Yes. What do you mean?
Wow.
Of course there was a Lady Foot Locker. They had lady referee employees and everything. And it was just ladies' shoes and apparel.
Were they like sexy ladies, or they were just normal ladies in referee outfits?
Like mall workers. I don't know. I guess they could have been sexy if you're.
Yeah, I guess
if it was a sexy one.
Yeah, if it was a sexy. If they didn't necessarily need to be sexy, they just
they wore the
be.
referee outfit,
Yeah,
the same as the guys did, but they had the lady referee outfit.
All right, yeah. I don't remember Lady Foot Locker, but
lady, you really didn't have a Lady Foot Locker?
I'm sure
in
I
Chicago?
did.
That's
I'm sure
crazy.
I did. Eric's in the chat room. He'll remember if Yorktown Mall had a Lady
Foot Locker is one of the few remaining stores that in these malls now. Lady Foot Locker. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I don't know.
You have to go. I will recommend, if you have a mall in your area and has not been abandoned and demolished, you should go every so often. It is fun to.
I go to the mall now and then.
It's fun to take it in and just relive what it is. Do the kids like? Do you take the kids? Do they like the idea of a mall?
They pop for the mall.
Okay, they like it.
Their mother goes to the mall all the time, and they can't wait to hop in the car and go to the mall.
That's good. I'm glad. We need to bring them back. Malls are good.
Yeah,
malls are good. You talked about how it's a lost art to just go to you just go and that's all you do for the day.
Go to the mall.
Yep.
Yeah, just go to the mall. What are we gonna do? Let's go to the mall. You're not buying anything. You're just going to the mall.
I guess. That's maybe the problem is that people are just going.
And nobody
to the mall.
buys anything. Right. Yeah, correct.
They allow dogs in the mall near me.
Wow.
Recently, so like people just walk their dogs there in the middle of the winter when it's too cold outside to walk your dog. So our mall,
all over the place. Like
our mall is filled with. So you walk in, it's like like all echoing. There's just smells just smells like piss and shit everywhere, and it's like no one's going in any store. No one's going to Von Mauer and be like, I do need a new belt. Like, I know I'm walking Sparky, because it's too cold out, but I should probably buy a $150 pair of pants or whatever. No one does. It's just they just walk their dumb dogs. Maybe they go to the frickin' and I'm one of those people that walks my dumb dogs there, so I'm talking about myself here. And then I walked my dumb child and my dumb dog at the same time. But no, and then like occasionally people will go to like the food court. Like you still get a little bit of play in the food court when they're walking their dogs because they get an Auntie Anne's, or like a freaking. Yeah,
the food court is really going downhill in these malls, though. It's really going downhill.
Oh, ours has a new vigor to it. A lot of new stores in our food court.
Really? Yeah, our food court's dying. We got the Roman Delight Pizza, which is
you always have to have the one Chinese place. You got to still have a Chinese place, right, or a teriyaki chicken place.
No,
what?
Yeah, there was a Chick-fil-A, and that got boarded up too. Oh. And now we got a Roman Delight Pizza. We got like a Great American Cheesesteak or some gimmick similarly called that. And of course, like not Chinese, but like the what do you call it? The chicken. What do you call that shit? Which really is just Chinese food. You know what I'm talking about?
Like Pan Express.
No, yeah, kind of, but it's called something. Oh, fuck. This is going to fucking kill me if I can't think of this. Let me look up mall chicken and see if it.
Mall chicken. Yeah, because they all have one. They all have the one that we're talking about where you can get chicken teriyaki or orange chicken or
the bourbon chicken plate. That you know what I'm talking about? The bourbon chicken.
I don't know if we
mall
have that.
style. It's probably just the Chinese place because but some people call it bourbon chicken. So you get like the chicken with the rice and the fucking broccoli. Or whatever. You pick your,
or you get chow mein noodles instead of the rice if you want.
Yeah, we're talking about the same thing. We're talking about the same thing. Just some places call it bourbon chicken as opposed to like some magic wok or some wacky Chinese name or something.
It has nothing resembling real Chinese. It's just.
No, it's bourbon
orange chicken and chicken teriyaki, rice or lo mein, and then that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone says Sbarro. I wish we had a Sbarro's because Roman Delight sucks.
I've never had Let me look up Roman Delight pizza.
It might not even be a chain for all I know, but the Roman Delight pizza we have is awful. It's just the shits.
Let's see what the shit looks like.
It's like $6.50 for a slice. It's just the worst pizza you've ever had.
This looks
in your
like
life.
thick and crummy. Yeah,
it's so thick. I can't.
So
it is dough. It's not even that. They also have no interest in properly portioning. So it has so much cheese on it that even after they heat it up, even after it's cooked and heated up, there's still cheese that isn't melted.
Oh,
when you bite into it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It is the shits. Roman Delight. It's so bad. I didn't know it was a chain, but apparently it's a chain. It's a mall chain, Roman Delight. Okay.
It looks like it's in a couple malls. Yeah.
Sbarro blows it away.
Good. Yeah. That Sbarro works, man. Sbarro works.
Sbarro hits. I mean, because you could even get like lemon chicken there, and remember, it wasn't just pizza.
No. Yeah, you can get a stromboli if you want, like whatever you want, man. I always got like a weird funky thing. I get like a calzone or a stromboli or whatever from Sbarro.
Yes, yeah, so much. You eat a little pasta side. You know what? Give me some pasta. Why not? Give me a little bit of that pasta. Yeah, I like a Sbarro. I wish I had one. I wish it replaced the Roman Delight. But I'm sure Sbarro's struggling too. No one goes to the fucking mall.
No, mall and airport. Yeah, that's all Sbarro's got left for it.
You seen him in airports, Sbarro?
Occasionally, very rarely though. Everything at my airport now is either every Chicago airport is either you have like a McDonald's or whatever, you have like a Burger King, you might have a Chick-fil-A, and then you have like these like sit downy restaurants, like they're like bars, and they have 3 things on the menu. They try to get you to drink and sit while you're
the Chili's with the limited menu.
Yes,
because they just want you to drink.
Right. The Phoenix Sky Harbor had a Flavor Town, little Guy Fieri Flavor Town.
Oh,
there. I said we should go, but we didn't go.
The only time I've ever seen an Einstein Bagel Company is in airports.
Oh, yeah, we used to have a couple of those by me.
You got freestanding brick and mortar.
Yeah. Well, there used to be one.
Bagels.
I'm not going to dox myself. There used to be one very close to me, and now there's one semi close to me. So,
yeah. That's I've never seen one for real, just in airports.
Yeah, Wolfgang Puck. Some of the chat room said Wolfgang Puck. Airport staples. I love it. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, he's kind of been bumped out by like Gordon Ramsay and like
he was an old him and who's the Bam guy, Emerald. Like those guys were were the shit for a while, but
Bam, with the garlic, everything with the garlic.
Wolfgang Puck has really lost it. Yeah, Emerald and Wolfgang Puck has been replaced.
Yeah, remember Chef Tell? That might be going even further.
Chef Tell. I don't know if I remember Chef Tell. Let me look up
Chef Tell and
Tell.
Who was the Chef Tell's really taking it back? He was like,
I don't remember this guy at all.
Look at him. He's funny,
that
though.
Guy. Oh, with the mustache.
Tell,
he looks like
Chef
Scott
Tell.
Hall. Yeah, he looks like Scott. He looks like AWA era Scott Hall. Yeah. I know Chef Tell. Yeah.
This might surprise you, but my friends constantly make Chef Tell references. Constantly.
You keep good friends. That's a good friend. Yeah.
They're always like, what are you up to? My dad's cooking dinner. Chef Tell over here. Shit like that. It's always Chef Tell. It's never. They haven't even gotten to Wolfgang Puck yet. It's still
they're still on Chef Tell. Yeah.
And that lady, the lady who was always drunk on TV,
Rachel Ray.
The other lady that was always drunk on TV in like the 70s and 80s. The older lady, and she was that TV chef. What the fuck was her name? Drunk TV chef.
We had locally
lady.
in Chicago, we had a guy named Mr. Food who I think it was Mr. Food. Let me make sure it was Mr. Food. He would cook some delicacies. Is this? Yeah, Mr. Food. That was his name.
Drunk TV chef lady brings up a lot of results, but none of the person I'm looking for, which doesn't seem right. Which doesn't.
Drunk TV chef lady 70s.
She's like the most famous TV chef. Everyone's gonna know when we pull this up.
Graham Kerr? Is it Graham Kerr?
Not Graham. That's a man. Graham Kerr.
Oh.
Famous lady TV chef.
Oh,
Julia Child. Julia Child is who I was thinking.
Okay, all right.
You don't know Julia Child?
I don't
really?
know Julia Child. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Wow. All right. Rachel Ray. Yeah.
Who's the?
Probably still would.
Yeah. Who's the relatively attractive Italian lady that was on the Food Channel?
Oh, with the Italian name too.
Yeah,
She's
like Giada Di Campio or whatever.
It is Giada something. It's what the fuck is her name? Italian TV chef.
Semi-hot. Yeah.
Semi-hot Food Network. Let's see. We'll dry up a lake to figure this one out.
God damn it.
We're saying Damiano Carrera, but that's not her.
No.
Gianna De Laurentiis.
Yeah,
Gianna De Laurentiis.
I'm upgrading.
Yeah.
I'm upgrading. That's not semi-hot. That's full-on hot.
No, she's hot. Yeah,
I'm
Gianna.
upgrading
Yeah, she could absolutely get it. Yeah.
I'd watch that. I used to watch that show every so often because
Well, I wonder why.
Yeah. I learned how to cook some Italian meals from her. So.
Do you know who had a funny path? Was are you familiar with Adam Rich from Man vs. Food?
Yes. Yeah.
So he did Man vs. Food. He was always a husky guy.
Yes.
Right. And he did Man vs. Food, and then he lost a lot of weight. Did you see how much weight he lost?
Yes.
He's probably 170, 160 pounds, and now he's a fatso, bigger than ever. Did you know that?
Yeah. Well, because I watch a lot of those. I'm an idiot, and I have nothing else to do. I watch a lot of those History Channel, the history of food or whatever, and he's in all those.
Yeah.
So it's Cheerios. Yeah. This is how they started Cheerios or whatever. And he's a big old fat guy.
Yeah.
Again,
I don't know what happened. Someone must have said, "Hey, man, your blood pressure, you're getting older now," because he's got to be 50, something like that, maybe in his early 50s. And then he took it to heart, and then he's like, you know what? I just fucking like food, man. And now he's bigger than ever.
He's like,
and you know
fuck
what?
it. I don't care.
I respect it. I fucking respect it. He said, fuck that. I'm going to live. I'm on the back nine. Food is my life. What the fuck am I doing eating kale and fucking
I'm going to eat 20 pounds of
water?
bacon french fries if I want to. So
Yeah. So I was, he totally went. Not only did he go back the other way, but he what's his name? Not Adam Rich. Adam Rich is the kid from 8 is Enough. Adam
Richmond, isn't it? Isn't
Adam
it Richmond?
Richmond.
Yeah.
Richmond. Yeah. Adam Rich is the kid with the bowl cut from 8 is Enough.
This is what looking at this is what reading a modern New Japan card brings us
Adam,
to.
Adam Richmond looks like the boss of a Russian gang now. Well, that's what he looks like.
Yeah, he's
with
disheveled and he's got he's haggard. His fucking hair is always a mess. It's
I think he's got his shit together. He's a big guy, but he's got the beard and he's always wearing he's always sharply dressed though, as for a big guy with the beard.
I guess, his hair's a little. If you watch these History Channel things, his hair's kind of all over the place. But yeah, the beard
Isn't
helps.
that on purpose though? The whole disheveled,
maybe. I think so.
The intentionally disheveled look, but he lost all that weight and he just didn't look right either. He didn't look right when he lost the weight. It's a different human. So
some guys are just better fat guys.
Yeah.
They get their heads get too big for some reason. They get skinny and then you're like, your head's too big. Why is your head so big now? And I don't know.
Yeah, his ears were large. It's I don't know. Put the weight back on. And he did. He did that.
Thankfully, he did.
Yeah. Rachel Ray's another one. She started as a thick gal.
Yeah, and then she got real skinny.
Real skinny. She lost all the weight, and then she said, you know what? Fuck that. I love butter. I just love butter.
I'm going to put a stick of fucking butter in every meal, and I don't give a shit. And
I'm going to stick it up my ass. I love butter, so I'm not doing this anymore. And now she's bigger than she was when she was a chunky gal. Because these people love food. They're not good. They can't be skinny. It's impossible. So they're just fuck that. I got my money. Who's going to tell me? Who's going to tell Adam Richmond? This guy got to be 55 years old. He made his money. How old is this motherfucker? 52.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to eat. I can't blame him. I want to eat. I'm going to eat when we're done here. I'm thinking about food right now.
What's on the menu? Big salad? Big salad day?
Now, the problem is it's Thursday, and I grocery shop on Friday. So there's never nothing after the show. Like, I'm looking for leftovers. I'm really scrounging. So it's a rough go. Every now and then I'll hop in the car and go look for some hot chicken or something. But I'm not going to do that tonight. I'll have to find something. I'll have to work hard and find something.
So what else is on this New Japan card?
Now, we're done with the New Japan card. We've been done with the New Japan card.
No, you only give me one match. You give me one match, sir.
None of them are good.
Oh.
That's all you need to know.
Okay.
None of the matches are good.
It seems to be a constant in modern New Japan. Well, I enjoyed Let's Remember Some Malls. That was good.
And let's remember some TV chefs.
Yeah. And Joe and Rich still would to what was it, Rachel Ray and Giada.
Yeah, I don't even know what Rachel Ray. I mean, I know she's a bigger gal now.
I think there's other health. I think something's going. I think she's got like big health issues going on with her right now. I forget what's going on.
So maybe we wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe just for. I think she's got other things to worry about.
I don't want to be mean.
No, I think she's got other things to worry about.
I pulled one up and I absolutely wouldn't. So I don't want to be mean though.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, peak Rachel Ray. All right.
Now
we're cooking. Now we're cooking
Giada.
gas.
Then now together forever for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway. And hey, Adam Richmond, handsome guy.
I'd hang out with that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. He seems like a great
I'd do some man versus food challenges with him.
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt about it.
Well, the whole concept of that show and every food challenge is that you watch it and go, I think I could do that. Like, anytime I see a pizza eating challenge, I think I could absolutely do that. Anytime.
Oh, yeah.
I always see those, and I'm like, that's not that hard. There's some where it's like, you got to drink. A lot of the ones that, like, the like big burger challenges or whatever, they always add, like, a fucking drink to it, and I'm like, okay, that's what it's going to really hurt. Do I have to guzzle down 60 ounces of soda? Like, that's going to suck. Yeah.
Like a full power Coke, too?
Yeah. That's going to really suck. But if
Diet
it's
Sprite.
If it's just food on the right day, I could take down
Yeah.
There's like an ice cream challenge out by me. It's like this old candy and ice cream store or whatever. They give you a giant fucking bowl and they put like 100 scoops of ice cream in there, and you and like 3 of your friends can take this challenge and do it. And we got real close one time. We've always had like, I don't think I could do it anymore because now I'm like, when I was a little younger and could burn a little bit more calories a little bit easier. We got really close one time. We just had a weak link in the team, and he just didn't eat enough, and it really. He chose bad flavors too, and we had to tell him, like, he's like, well, I want like chocolate, and we're like, brother, it's not about like, we're not eating this for pleasure. This is just right. He's like choosing flavors, and we're like, it's all gonna melt in the end. So all these flavors have to work together. Like, we can't have off the wall flavors. And I forget, he got like butter toffee or whatever,
right?
And then like the fucking the goop at the end was terrible because it tasted like butter, and we're like, no, it's like. You got to get like neutral flavors. And again, like he was at it like, oh, this will be good. And we're like, no, this is a challenge, brother. We're not
Neapolitan, sir.
Right.
Neapolitan.
Right. Just keep it simple.
Yeah.
You want flavors that are going to be able to congeal together and like just making, because at the end it's just a soup. You're just drinking ice cream soup at the end. So
yeah,
we got real close. But literally any pizza challenge I see, I'm like, I could absolutely do that if I needed to.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, the other day I ordered a 14-inch pizza, and it was supposed to be for the missus and I was watching the NBA Finals.
God, please.
Yeah. And I was like, do you want any? And she was like, maybe. And I was like, all right, well, I'll leave you some pieces. And I did.
Yeah.
And she went to bed, and I was like, she ain't waking up. And then just eat the whole fucking thing.
That's always my thing when I buy pizza. Like, I always buy like a full extra pizza because I'm like greedy, and I'm like, they're going to eat too much of my pizza. Like, I have to get a whole nother pizza because it's not enough.
Yeah. Because I'll ask, and I'll be like, do you want any? And she's like, no. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I will order the 18-inch if you're going to eat any of it. If you're going to have a slice, I must order the largest size they can give me, just in case.
Yeah.
And then she's like, nah. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll get the 14. And I just fucking took that thing down in the fourth quarter of the NBA final. So then she woke up, and she's like, I thought you got pizza. And I was like, yeah, I did. It's like, where is it? I was like, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, you ate an entire pizza? Yeah, of course I did. And not that long. In like 20 minutes, I took that whole fucking thing down watching fourth quarter of the Game 7. It wasn't the NBA Finals, Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. So
Yeah. Well, thank you for that clarification. The story would have been ruined if we thought it was the wrong basketball game.
I don't want anybody. Yeah. Anyway,
you don't want people calling you out. You're like, you can't let the Koopa Troopa slide, and you can't let the wrong game slide in case somebody notices that it's the
okay.
The
we will
game.
leave on this note. How fucking annoying are your Knicks fan friends right now?
Honestly, I haven't heard from them.
Ooh, does that worry you, or is that like? Are they in a good place? Maybe they're just in such a good place right now.
Maybe from me no-selling them every step of the way, they've gotten the hint. They know I'm not watching the games. I mean, because I'm not. I mean, I didn't watch 1 minute of the game the other night. I'll put on once there's a elimination game. I'll lock in the fourth quarter. But I don't know. I haven't heard from them. Maybe they're just it's so close they could taste it and they don't want to mush themselves.
Yeah, or they're actually becoming like real fans for the first time.
There's
like,
not a chance of that. These people are
psychopaths. Just giving them a little more credit than they deserve. Probably
they have not grown up. No, these 40 to 50-year-old men have not grown up yet. No, that's completely out of the question.
That is out
Why
of the
would you
question.
even suggest that? Yeah, that's not even. No.
Anyway, yeah, you're like me. I will always watch. If I know it's an elimination game in any sport, I've seen the final minutes of every single Stanley Cup final. I don't even care about hockey, but I'm like, fucking game 5, it's elimination game,
Yeah.
I'll check the scores, and if it's, Carolina's, up in the series 3-1 or whatever, and it's the third period and they're up in the game, I'm like, I gotta watch it, Gotta see the champions win their titles.
Yeah.
So I've probably watched every title win for every major sport in America.
I want to like the NBA so bad. Like I'll put games on, and I don't even make it through the first quarter. I think it's over for me. Sometimes you lose a sport.
Yeah, that's okay.
It happens. Sometimes
I struggle with baseball now, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
I have a real tough time watching baseball games.
Yeah, you just lose a sport sometimes. It just falls off, and you're just I don't know. I'm not into it. I can't get into it. Every time the NBA playoffs start, I'm like, all right, I'm locking in.
Let's go.
What do we got here? We got Hawks Celtics first round. Let's go. I'm going to dial into this series. I'm going to know everything that by game 4, I'm going to be like, this Hawks rotation is no good. And I'm going to tell you what, halfway through the first quarter of game 1, I'm on my phone and not paying attention. I just can't do it. Yeah. I've lost it. And I think I just have to accept it, that it's gone. It's too late now for me. The NBA had its time for me. There was a time I was 100% locked in. I think that time is up. Your time is up. My time is now. I'm doing the you can't see me right now in front of the microphone.
All right.
Yep.
Well,
I think we burned off enough. Like we got to 3 now, right?
Oh, we're well over 3 hours. Yeah,
okay.
We're good. Yeah,
right.
we're good. We're good.
Let's get the fuck
I just wanted
out
to
of here.
talk. I wanted to have a discussion with you.
Oh yes, me too. I wanted to chat with you, pal. Yeah, that's nice.
You don't want to eat at all. You're not hungry
no,
at all.
I'm not starving to death. No, there's. I haven't had to piss since we were talking about
Tongaloa.
AAA. Yeah.
All right, well, that is it for us on this episode of the Flagship. As we mentioned, the Tuesday Flagship, we did a subscriber-exclusive Flagship. It's available for you right now at flagshippatreon.com. Talking about TNA Slammiversary, slow-moving ticket sales for that, the state of TNA, the 2026 Greatest Wrestler Ever vote, a review of Collision, as well as a recap and review of the special 2-hour premiere of MLW Fusion. So that is available for you at the $10 tier at flagshippatreon.com. The Thursday Dynamite review, as always, was up as well. I'm going to have a little article about my 2026 Greatest Wrestler Ever vote, who I voted for in my top 100, how it compared to the actual list. I have a Q&A that I've been working my way through. We get so many questions now when we do these, so I got about an hour in and still have a bunch to record, so that will be coming up very soon. But plenty for you available at flagshippatreon.com. voicewrestling.com/Discord as well if you want to join in on the conversation. And voicewrestling.com for that 30 for 30 and anything else going on in the world of professional wrestling. So that is it for us. That is Joe. I'm Rich. Talk to you next time. Take care. Bye.
Wrestling Omakase brings you a full-course meal of all of Japanese wrestling, men's and women's. Join me, a Japanese wrestling fan for over 20 years, along with a rotating cast of equally knowledgeable co-hosts as we cover everything from New Japan and Stardom to Noah, All Japan, DDT, Tokyo Joshi, Mari Gold, Sendai Girls, Dragongate, GLEAT, ice ribbon, and even more stuff. If you're a fan of Japanese wrestling and you want coverage of the entire scene in one podcast, check us out right here on the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network each and every week. Get us wherever you get podcasts today.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.